The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them graves. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PSP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting high, I wonder when it does now comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them graves. To get
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party. The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them graves. To get tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PSP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting high, I wonder when it does now comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them graves. To get
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, in association with the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, presents on the 26th of July 2024 Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica. Join us in conference as we speak against corruption, crime, poverty, failed healthcare, poor education, and injustice in Jamaica. This takes place on the 26th of July at 1320 Ellesmere Road, Ontario, Canada. This conference starts 3 till 10 p.m. Guest speakers on the day: Wayne Lonesome, Will Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, Herb Nelson Jr., Aromatic, Sister Maria, Jamaican Carlos, Dr. Rupert Francis, Jeffrey Tavares, and more. This is going to be a very important event for all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. Don't miss this event if you care about our country. Jamaicans in the diaspora, we can make a difference.
Hello, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to those in television land. Happy Friday to those of our silent supporters. Happy Friday to those in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope everyone is looking forward to, well, I can't say too much of a restful weekend because people are still busy picking up the pieces and cleaning up from the effects of Hurricane Beryl. First, let me say condolences to the family of the two casualties that we had during the hurricane. It's very sad that lives were lost, but we're sending condolences to all the families, friends, and in extension the community for those persons who have lost loved ones. And I know that a lot of people are not going to be tuning in because there's no electricity for some persons.
Yes.
I hope with time all power will be restored, because we know that the electricity is very vital right now, because people might have some perishable items that they need refrigerated that might go bad. But in light of the fact, hopefully most people had purchased non-perishable goods. But it's a good thing that, the effect was not as bad as we anticipated. Some areas were, greatly damaged, but thank God a lot of other areas were spared, and we hope and pray that people will recover quickly. I know a lot of people in Jamaica don't really have the insurance for homes and stuff, but we have to care one for another and pitch in where we can to give a lending or a helping hand to those who are going to be struggling to get back on their feet. So our thoughts and prayers are still out to everyone in Jamaica. And also we know that there's a tropical depression just right behind on Beryl. So please continue to heed the warnings because there's going to be a lot of water with that. So please continue to keep yourself safe. You can get property back, but when it comes to life, it's only one that you get to live. So please, guys, follow the instructions of the authority and stay safe. All right. So, guys, remember when you come in to thumbs up the live, share us out if you can, and if you're new to the channel, please show some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. Let me just quickly welcome those in the chat. Maurice Williams, Angeli, Oliver Rodney, Youngs, Judith Livermore, Larry Beckford, Sonia Ellis, Andrew Fisher, Fitzroy Palmer, Matthew Lewis, Marva Dice, Doris McCoy, Winnie Mead, Ann Bennett, John Plew, Megavolt, Cynthia be our channel member, one of our channel members. Born Again, Oh Lord, Laverne Baker, Joyce Sweet Joy, Marinda Ruddock, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to all the new subscribers who have recently come on board to join the movement. Really appreciate it. And before I hand over to Baron, guys, please remember July 26th is coming up. I know there's a lot going on right now, especially for those in Jamaica, but it is still very important that we go out and we voice our concerns about what is happening in our country and for a brighter and better Jamaica for all. So July 26th coming up in Toronto. Want to make sure that everybody who can support. If you can't be there physically, as usual, support online, because everybody counts and the numbers speak volume. Right, without any further delay, I'm going to hand over to Byron. Oh, and remember the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
All right. Thank you, Wifey, for that wonderful precursor. As always, I want to say big thanks for all the persons in the chat to pass through and spend, your moments with us. We really appreciate that. Now, for persons in TV land, right, locally and in the diaspora, Mystic Sensation is saying big up to you all. Right now, we are looking on Hurricane Beryl behind us, and of course, we know that, as what my wife said, we have few damages that we'll be highlighting as well, right? But we give thanks, right, to the fact that we have not getting any serious damage as what was anticipated, right? Knowing to the fact that we were facing a category 4 hurricane, right? And so then, to God be the glory, right? Great things he had done, right? In terms of protecting our island, right? And we give thanks, right? And so then, tonight, we are going to get into some areas, and people, trust me, tonight is not a normal night in terms of some of the things that we are going to reveal. And we will be doing some deep dive into some investigation and just open a bit, right, into the Andrew Holness-led government as it relates to certain trend that we are seeing with nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery. Yes, yeah, we know that we are, dealing with the aftermath of an hurricane, but we still have to put on the burner, right? Burning issues that we have. We still have the Prime Minister yet, right, to have his statutory declaration certified. Yes, we're not going to forget it, even though we are going through what we are going through, right? So then we are seeing some time being given as it relates to that statutory declaration that submitted to Parliament. We are anticipating for that to be tabled, right? So we are not going to forget that, right? So without any delay, as I said, interesting night ahead, right? With some, I should say, surprising information that we have gathered, right? And, to me, it, some of the information shook me up, but we are going to share it, right? Really surprising. Now, let us begin with our journey of our subject matter. The first thing that we want to go on is government extend condolences to families of Hurricane Beryl victim. Let us take that from the Jamaica Observer, right? And big up the Jamaica Observer for this information. So let us get into the deck of things while we are here. Interesting night ahead. Okay, I've no time to waste. We are doing the people's business. We are here shaping a better nation as it relates to checks and balance and accountability and transparency. This is what we're talking about. All right, let us get into the meat of the matter tonight. Government extend condolences to families of Hurricane Beryl victims. All right. Kingston, Jamaica, the government has expressed deep condolences to the families of Alaric Moncrief and Kean Sterling, who died during the passage of Hurricane Beryl. My condolences goes out to the family as well. Moncrief, 20, and Sterling, 26, died on Wednesday when the Category 4 storm made landfall in Jamaica. It was reported that Moncrief was among a group of men playing football in Arnett Gardens, St. Andrew, when he attempted to retrieve a football from a gully and was washed away by floodwaters. And let me say this. Now, gentlemen and ladies, all Jamaicans, when it comes to situations like this and we are facing certain disaster like hurricane and so forth, we have to, right, heed to all the instructions from the relative authorities. And so then whenever we tend to disobey, right, things like these can happen. So, while this is a very sad moment, right, this is an example that we don't want to participate in, right? It is for everyone as it relates to the safety of his or her life, right? Heed to the warning when it comes to the relevant authority, right? Giving out the instructions and guidelines and for you to take precautions, all right? So let us go on. It's a very sad story. Sterling was killed when a tree came down on her house in Hanover, oh my, and a limb fell on her. A family member reportedly discovered the body and summoned the police. Sterling was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. This is so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Our thoughts and prayers are with their families during this difficult time. Hurricane Beryl has brought significant hardship to our nation, and any loss of life is a profound tragedy. Certainly is. The Office of the Prime Minister said in a release on Friday. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, Olivia Babsy-Grange, on behalf of the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, contacted Moncrief's family following the tragedy and offered critical support. However, she was unable to establish direct contact with Sterling's family due to connectivity issues in Hanover. The release said, yes, we have a lot of those, connectivity issues, a lot of people, internet down, and the list goes down. Minister Grange noted that the members of the administration were deeply saddened when they were informed of the deaths. Our hearts go out to the family who have lost loved ones. We stand with them in this time of grief and sorrow, she said. She added that the government is committed to providing support to the affected families and the broader communities as Jamaica navigate the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. Take that away, honey. It's really, really a sad situation in terms of, she losing her life in such regards, right? We have seen that we were making some discussions as it relates to, right, the government preparedness of shelters, right? And what I want to say, and I'm going to speak, I'm not bringing in any politics in this issue, but the same zeal, let me say this to the government, the same zeal that you take in making preparation for our guests who are visiting our islands, and we give thanks for all the guests who visit our island, right? I have nothing against the guests, but the same zeal to look out for the interests of those guests and making sure that you place them in appropriate structure. That is the very same zeal we want you to take with the Jamaicans. The very same zeal, right, we want you to take, right, towards Jamaican. The foreigners' lives are important as our Jamaican brothers and sisters. So the emphasis that you place in terms of, making solid preparation for them, we also want you to make the same emphasis and preparation for us as a people, right? We are talking about equal rights and justice, right? So let us get into this Jamaica Observer, right? And, of course, to see the courtesy that meted out, right, to our tourists, right? And I am just saying that Jamaicans need to get the very same courtesy as well, right? Human lives are to be respected, regardless that you're a foreigner, regardless that you're a tourist, regardless that you are Jamaican. Everywhere on this planet Earth, a life is important, whether you're rich, poor, middle class, and so forth, right? Whether you come from the worst of ghetto, or you're coming from the richest of all places, your life ought to be treated with respect and honor. And this is what we are saying. Equilibrium, we speak, right, to go throughout, you understand, in dealing with, right, the human race. So let us see, as it relates to the preparation that sets for the guests. And we know the preparations that set for us Jamaican, and some of the preparations, so-called the preparation, some of the shelters, they were not in the best of arrangement. Let me put it this way. We have seen where persons were staying in those areas, right? Those shelters. You don't have any form of nurse or nurse aid. You didn't have any form of basic facilities like water, right? Like, basic food items, non-perishable items, make it feels like, persons are welcome, right? I mean, sanitary convenience and so forth and so forth. We can't say we are anticipating in the preparedness, right, of dangerous hurricane, and we are not prepared. And yet we are seeing a different set of preparation for our guests as opposed to the sort of preparation that we're supposed to have for our own people. Let us get into that. And so then we just display it so that everyone can see it. Let us get into the Jamaica Observer tourist shelter at the Montego Bay Convention Center. And that is an area that, of course, is a well-suited area, right, for the guests. Let me say that. So 50 tourist shelter at Montego Bay Convention Center, right? Montego Bay St. James, a section of the Montego Bay Convention Center, was being used Thursday to shelter 50 visitors to the island after a loss of electricity at the hotel where they were staying. The persons there were, of course, monitored and they are in good health. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying in terms of having the same preparation for us, because when I read this, it says the person there were, of course, monitored, and they are in good health and condition based on our latest update, said Mayor of Montego Bay, Councillor Richard Vernon. And Mr. Vernon, this is the exact same thing that I am saying, that persons who we prepared for, right, they should be monitored by relevant persons who need to monitor them and ensure that they are safe and sound, just like how we are, ensuring that our guests are safe and sound. There's nothing wrong, right, in ensuring that, of course, visitors to our island in conditions like these being safe and secure. But I am saying that we must show the very same zeal across the board. And this is what we are talking about. You understand? Because when for others to see how, you understand, special care take here, and you have persons who chunked up in some areas, and there is no special care that has taken there. It want to send a message that we are not being treated equally, and that is what I'm saying. He was speaking during a press conference Thursday about the impact Hurricane Beryl has had on St. James, the convention center, best known as the venue for big events such as the recently concluded Diaspora conference, was specifically designated a shelter for tourists as preparations were being made ahead of the storm. Now, let me go back over this line. This is what I'm talking about, When we talk about, let us get back into this. The convention center, best known as the venue for big events, such as the recently concluded Diaspora conference, was specifically designated a shelter for tourists as preparations were being made ahead of the storm. This is what I am saying, that the same treatment that meted out, and I'm not saying that anything, I'm not criticize as it relates to the treatment that these people are getting. Yes, they deserve the treatment, but we are saying that the same courtesy must mete out to every single one of our Jamaican brothers and sisters. According to Vernon, efforts are being made to address the power outage at the property they were staying before Hurricane Beryl dislodged them. The persons are from the Zurich Hotel, and at the moment, Zurich is getting some assistance with restoring their electricity, he told reporters. And I want for also, since the emphasis placed for electricity to be restored to them, the same emphasis must emphasize in terms of restoring energy, right, to our people, right? No partiality around here. In its initial assessment of the damage left by Hurricane Beryl, the Jamaican Public Service estimated that more than 60% of its customers saw service disruption. And so, JPS, you are talking about expediency in resuming of electricity resumed to these people, because it's a serious interruption. So JPS, make sure you are doing what you are doing, right, in the best of your ability for the quick resumption of energy to our people. Vernon explained that the utility company has indicated that critical areas are being checked to ensure that the power lines are in good shape before restoring electricity. As the weather improved Thursday, a rush of visitors tried to leave Jamaica. However, it was too early when one group of 300 made their way to the Sangsters International Airport. Take that away. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed in our journey of our subjects and subtopics, we move to the next subject. Let us get to our TikTok. Who won? Not the overlay, okay. Number 9. Yes, as we said, we are coming up on interesting stories ahead, right? I am not going to I am just easing myself in terms of the interesting stories ahead and the revelation that I want to make here tonight. Now, did you find that? All right, so that clip is coming up, and then after that clip, we'll be getting our interested Yeah, we'll get into the thick beef tonight. Let me just preserve myself for that.
A week in politics is a long time. And when you have the political advantage, you still have to be mindful that there are certain lines you do not cross, certain boundaries you do not cross. And the PNP has made a big mistake. What is that mistake in pursuing public health as an issue? It has gone beyond attacking the government and the political head of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton. It has now gone after the senior civil servants, the technocrats in the public health bureaucracy. So much so that 3 trade union leaders, none of whom can be criticized as being hostile to the PNP. In fact, certainly in the case of Vincent Morrison, the president of UK's, strong comrade. And when you have the president of the Civil Service Association, Teacher Clark Griffiths, Helene Davis White, who is not hostile to the PNP, you would say more the perception is that she is friendly to the PNP. But in the case of Vincent Morrison, coming out to say, listen, stop it, don't do it, you know that the PNP has created a blunder here for itself. A blunder. And that is what happens to you when you get too confident and cocky. When you think so you have it, you make those blunders. Yeah? You're going to hear more on that after the break.
They must ask for accountability.
Take him away. You see, the higher the monkey climbing is the more his ass exposed. And so then you confuse. Let me say this to you. That's why I'm going to play you first, because I want to talk to my Jamaican people tonight. And confused, I want you to see this clip. So, Mr. Confused, nothing what you say can save Christopher Tufton tonight. When you come out into your reverse psychology, right? The healthcare system is in crisis proportion. And no matter what you say, you can't spin it. You are not going to have us stop from speaking about it, particularly in terms of what I'm going to reveal tonight. Let me say this to Jamaican people. And let me say this to you, Cliff Hughes. What I'm going to say tonight, I want you to speak on it tomorrow. Because what I'm going to say is serious enough. The ripple effect that it has on our system as it relates to Cornwall Regional Hospital. I am speaking about Cornwall Regional Hospital that started a little below $2 billion. And now we have been told that we are looking at $21 billion. And I wanted Tufton to speak, right, as it relates to how much has been spent specifically on Cornwall Regional Hospital. What I'm going to reveal to the Jamaican people is going to show you the very same reason why Cornwall Regional Hospital has been budget overspent, overruns of budget. When you have chef cooking up our construction work, yes, I'm getting there because I'm going to reveal it tonight. Right? And because of persons who are affiliated with the Jamaica Labour Party, you have put them in position that they have no skills, no certification, absolutely no qualification for. But they are getting millions of dollars, right, to cook up a building. Millions of dollars to cook up a building, but we're going to expose it tonight. And so then, this is why $600 billion cannot be accounted for, and in extension, $1.7 trillion, inclusive of three offices that responsible for that. The Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, and the Office of the Prime Minister, who is the head cook buckle washer for these things that I'm going to reveal tonight. We have seen G2K. Yes, people who are placed in position that they have no qualification for. Now, tonight, we are going to reveal this. Now, anywhere Chopper John there tonight, tell him to come listen to this. Yeah, man, because Mystic Sensation investigate and find you. And this is one of the reasons why, of course, Andrew Holness want people to stop from listening to us. Because we are here. You understand? And we know where to find where they sleep. So guess what? Now we found you, Chopper John. We found you, Chopper John. Now, we have seen that you have done a site inspection, Chopper John, right? And on that site inspection, you have introduced yourself as what the manager claim. You have introduced yourself, Chopper John, as project manager. Very good, Chopper John. Very good. This is something that you can't pull back in a Chopper John. Yes, Chopper, you can't pull it back. And you see, you have bear the name Chopper. And you bear the name for a significant reason. Because you are chopping. Yes, Chopper John. So you talk about lawsuit. I want you to get this. Right? And I want you to feel me tonight. So Chopper John, you have introduced yourself as the project manager. Now, I remember Christopher Tufton claiming that it is the Chinese finance the project, but I want to tell Christopher Tufton something. The
Chinese did the procurement to hire him.
Right?
Extension.
Because I want to know if the Chinese, yes, did the procurement in terms of hiring him, right? And what needs to be done for him to be there. Now, it is taxpayers who are going to have to pay, right, for that. So let me get into the matter. Now, Chopper, right? You have introduced yourself as a project manager. And so then I am going to show the people, right, your skills, your skill set. And when I show the people your skill set, I'm bringing in evidence tonight, you know, to show the people your skill set. You have no experience in civil engineering, no experience, right, in architecture,
Construction.
no experience in construction, but yet, Chopper John, you are the project manager for the Western Regional Children Hospital. Doing a building like that, a national building like that. So people, look on Chopper John. Bring up Chopper John for me. Let us get into Chopper John business. And then we're going to talk. We're going to speak. So Chopper John, if you look, yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Put him out. Put him out there. So yes, Mr. Chair, I want the people to see it in a big and loud. Show it big. So Chopper John, this is you. Christopher McCurdy, Senior Culinary Leader, Executive Chef, Oregon Garment, Cornell University, Atlanta, Georgia, United States. You see who wanted the name there? All right. Okay. Take that away. A skilled culinary professional recognized for a comprehensive knowledge of international cuisine and an innovative approach to the complete dining experience over 20 years of progressive experience. Take that away. Let us bring up some more. Bring up some more evidence here.
Let me bring up the next one.
So bring up the next one and show Chopper John, because I know where I'm looking. Chopper John, I know where you look. But I'm going to ask the government something tonight. I want the people to see it. Cornell University master certificate. This is not a master degree, you know. Master certificate, not a master degree in hospitality, food and beverage management. Hospitality and food and beverage management. University of Technology, Jamaica, right? Certificate of culinary 2005. So it's a 1 year or less than 1 year certification this, right? Now, license and certifications. Serve Safe Food Protection Manager certification. National Restaurant Association issued March 2013, expired September 2017. So this license expired and certification expired. See there, people, expired. Serve Safe Alcohol Manager certification. National Restaurant Association license 1229839. Right, take that away. Let us show the people what is going on in Jamaica under this Andrew Holness-led government. We are coming. Bring up the next one. Executive Chef Owner, Oregon Garment, March 2008, present 16 years and 5 months. Restaurant Manager, Kitchen Manager, Mark 2 Inc., right, May 2016 to August 2017, spend 1 year and 4 months there. Corporate Executive Chef, right, Savvy Provisions, April 2015 to May 2016. This man don't stay, have no long term in any job. Seems like him lose him job them very quick. 1 year, 2 months. Implemented culinary standard to manage. All right, take that away. Multi-unit production kitchen manager, Delaware, take that away. Let us get into the mood tonight. So Chopper John, are you feeling me? Yeah. You're talking about, right? You're running surveillance and you have 7 of them that you understand, 4 that you located. Well, we are coming at you, Chopper John. So Chopper John, you being a project manager, right?
For construction.
For the Cornwall Regional Children Hospital. Now, you don't have no form of experience in construction, right? You don't have a master's degree in civil engineering. You don't have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. You don't have nothing at all. And you have been out there cooking up our building. Yeah. So then I want to ask Christopher Tufton, the person who employed Chopper John as project manager, did they do a background check on this person? I want to know if there was a background check. Tufton need to come and answer this, you know. Christopher Tufton, you need to come and answer this, because Chopper John introduced himself. You know, he done a site visit. He was the one who leading the site visit and introduced himself as a project manager. Now you tell me. You tell me. I want to know how much Chopper John being paid for being a project manager, having no form of skill in that area, no skill set. So Lartland said the project manager title is usually misused. He was placed there to sell a narrative for the government. Well, the government, Lartland, need to come clear up this narrative. Whatever narrative that the government wants him to sell, right? This government need to come and clear up this narrative, because you're going to tell me that my taxpayers' dollars, my tax dollars, is going to pay, right, Chopper John to do a work where Chopper John doesn't have the skill set. And where you have persons who have that skill set not getting the job. We have seen many persons from the G2K being put in position and they don't have the skill set. We have seen buildings in overruns. Now, so tell me something now. If the Chinese want to do any shortcut, right, on the project, how Chopper John is going to know that the Chinese are shortcutting the project? How is he going to know? Right? The structural engineering, right, or the skeleton framework of the building, right? I want to have the understanding of what this government is doing. Because according to Tufton said it is UDC who is responsible for the employment of such. I want to know, because UDC supposed to have a list of persons who are civil engineer who should have gotten that job. Why Chopper John have that job? So then, is it that Chopper John is lying that he is the project manager? So somebody needs to come out and explain this enough. It is on the onus of the government to come out and explain why we have a chef, why we have a chef as a project manager. It goes to the belly of nepotism. So then Chopper John is somebody as a blogger, blogging for the Jamaica Labour Party, right? Blogging for the Jamaica Labour Party. And so then he is one of the social media warriors with Keisha Mark. So then when you look at this, here's Chopper John on a work location as it relates to him, as according to him being the project manager. So, Christopher Tufton, you need to come out and explain this. Yes, Juliet, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jamaica, this is unbelievable. We want an explanation from mainstream media. Mainstream media need to dig as it relates to Tufton, need to come out and provide Jamaicans some clarity as it relates to Chopper John. In baseball, they call it unforced errors. That is the best way to describe that scenario. Lartland, you must agree with me, Lapland, that based on the situation as it is, right? The persons who Chopper John introduced himself to, right? These are persons totally within the political leadership. And so then, of course, they have the evidence as it relates to what Chopper John introduced himself as. Now, I am saying that based on our investigation and what we presented tonight, Chopper John has no experience in construction. No experience. So then, how Chopper John became the project manager? That just can't make any sense. The government need to come out and explain under what basis Chopper John was employed. Right? It is Andrew Holness to talk about fairness and transparency. We know how that goes. Wait a minute. We know how that goes. But the government, all the Jamaican people, in terms of explaining as it relates to how Chopper John, right, was employed, was there in a background check done on Chopper John? We want to know him. We want to know how much money being paid to Chopper John. So Jamaica have to know, Jamaicans have to know this right now at this point in time. Because we have seen so many budget overruns. And so then, it is reasonable for us. Remember, Andrew, play the clip, shot Andrew Holness said, play the clip, then we can remind people what Andrew Holness said. Just play the clip. Play what the clip.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Joe, may I ask you? This needs some explanation, Mr. Holness. With due respect, Mr. Holness, this needs some explanation. You need to come out and explain. Captain need to come out and explain as to why Chopper John is the project manager for the Western Regional Children Hospital. Why and how much Chopper John being paid? You can't say that we are not to know this. I wouldn't be perusing this if when I investigate Chopper John, if I have seen that Chopper John has the requisite skill, I would leave my investigation right there. I would keep it right there. Because what am I going to argue about? Right? I wouldn't have any form of argument in saying that, okay, all right, Chopper John has the requisite skill, then why he's been employed. I'll be stupid. The reason why I am arguing this point, the man is a chef. The man has no skills as it relates to building construction. He's not an architecture, right? He's not a civil engineer. So then my question, how Chopper John is going to read the blueprint? Oh, Chopper John is going to read the blueprint. So the people with engineer degrees have to take flight or do their own business. Only the politically connected can get a job. Just imagine, Cyril. We have our technocrats leaving the country because of this very same thing. Because of this very same thing. Right? And so then you undermine the technocrats. This is very serious, you know, people. People, listen. Just imagine that we have technocrats who fed up of this government because this government is putting in their friends and families to wring taxpayers' money. Putting in people who don't have any experience. And so to the fact that we have inexperienced people At the Cornwall Regional Hospital, we have seen Cornwall Regional Hospital budget overrun because of these same things. You understand? You have people there who put in position and they don't know what they are doing. So luckily, that Chopper John run out on social media, right? And wanted to intimidate us, but we are telling you we're not take intimidation around yourself. You understand? This is we. You understand? We don't play them with it. You understand? Nobody can come and intimidate us. You understand? We have been there and done that. So the more you push out Chopper John, here we come in twice harder. So we are making no sense. You need to explain. Christopher Tufton need to explain this. The Prime Minister need to explain this. How Chopper John becomes a project manager. Just imagine. So if the Chinese, and here it is, where Chopper John was explaining that the labor force ratio between Chinese and Jamaicans are 70-30. No, this is another serious thing Chopper John is saying, you know. And so then, although I did not hear that Chopper John saying that, okay, Jamaicans are 30 and Chinese are 70, I presume, it's just my presumption, let me say that. You understand? And then, if it is so that the Chinese are 70% and the Jamaica 30%, I mean, Christopher Tufton, you need to come out and explain. UDC, you need to come out and explain. The Prime Minister, you need to come out and explain. Right? Why we have a construction project where we have outsiders filling the gaps. What happened to our people? What happened to our people? If the ratio, if the labor ratio is between is 70-30 and Jamaica is 30. Why that is? Because that can't happen in China. That cannot happen in China. So this is serious dilemma going on here, you know, that the Jamaican Labour Party government needs to explain. Right? Why our people have been pushing on the back burner. We don't understand that. Andrew Holness need to come out and explain this. Nigel Clark need to come out and explain. Christopher Tufton need to come out and explain this. And so then we have seen our buildings, right, gone into budget overruns because we have chefs cooking up our buildings. This is what is happening. We have chefs cooking up our buildings. And that is why we have the budget overruns, that we have the many budget overruns that need to be explained. We need a forensic audit. Cornwall Regional Hospital need a forensic audit. Where Chopper John is working as it relates to the Western Regional Children Hospital need a forensic audit. And I don't care if it is the Chinese financing it. Right? We want to know how much Chopper John being paid. Right? Because if Chopper John being paid project manager salary and rate, then the country need to explain what, the government need to explain why. This is more than slackness, Sweet Pea. This is more than slackness. Right? So then, Mr. Prime Minister, our Chopper John, are we telling lies here? We show your credentials in, right? We show your credentials, your skill set is in the culinary art. Culinary art, not the building construction. Not the building construction. So what are you doing there? And how much have you been paid? We need to know that now. So UDC need to come out and speak on this. And I hope mainstream media push this because this is very serious. So mainstream media, we need to investigate if Chopper John is indeed the project manager. And if Chopper John is indeed the project manager, we have to now ask, how did Chopper John get employed? How did Chopper John get employed as a project manager, not having zero experience? That needs to be explained. We need a statistics from UTech for graduates with the qualifications for project manager whom are unemployed to date. Exactly. Look at that. Look at that. You have a chef cooking up our buildings and don't have any experience as it relates to building construction. This is serious thing. So the mainstream media, please, I want for you to follow up on this, investigate this for us, for the interest of Jamaican people. Andrew Holness, Jamaican people need clarity where Chopper John is concerned. Right, UDC, Jamaican people need clarity as it relates to Chopper John being the project manager. Remember, I am not the person who say that Chopper John is the project manager. It is Chopper John who introduced himself as a project manager. So if some things need to be fixed, please, we need to have some transparency now in having the full understanding, the full truthfulness as it relates to Chopper John. So this is something that mainstream media need to follow up on. You understand, as it relates, because we cannot have chefs cooking up our buildings. All right. And I rest my argument. I am still going to push this as it relates to UDC, because UDC needs to explain as to why Chopper John was employed as such in that bracket, in that category. They need to explain why. And we are going to still dig. We are not going to stop from dig and get to the bottom of this. And so Andrew paid Chopper John the blog for him. Well, here it is, people. Because we know that Chopper John a big blogger. You understand? And that is one of the reasons. So people, let me tell you something. It's when you see them bloggers there come out and defend Jamaica Labour Party and I talk about other bloggers being paid. You see who being paid? We want to show the evidence. So when you see them are black, you understand, and they will go down into the belly of the dragon to fight for JLP. Now you know why they are fighting for JLP. And when you see they come out and attack us, now you know why they are attacking us. Now, we have seen someone else there, We have seen the widow there on location too, So we want to know if the widow is going to show up as a project manager on some other site. Why the widow, why Black Widow, right, is defending the Jamaica Labour Party? No, we see. No, we have an understanding, right? Because guess what? Their mouth is in the trough. Big eatings are one. Lockdown, is China donating the hospital upgrade for free? No. We should ask for the terms.
Yes, we need to know what is being given up.
Exactly. Because we need to know what's being given up to the Chinese. Very good question, Lockdown. Very good question. Well, Lockdown always on point with his question. Very powerful questions. Now, we need to have an understanding as it relates to that too. As what Lockdown said, right? What are we giving up, right? As it relates to having the Chinese, you understand, funding the project, which we are going to pay for, right? But what are we giving up to the Chinese? You understand? And if the Chinese is shortcutting on the project, how Chopper John is going to know? Chopper John can't know. Chopper John has zero experience. He's a chef. So then as far as me concerned, Chopper John as a project manager, right, is only cooking up the works, cooking up the building for us. So if the Chinese make a mistake, right, then Chopper John will not be able to know that because he have no experience in that field, right? So we see we are Black Widow, and we see now we are Chopper John now being, so we have to dig this to find out what is going on. And we see the interest what Black Widow has in the Jamaica Labour Party. We see the interest what Chopper John has in the Jamaica Labour Party. And so they will fight tooth and nail because remember now, they are getting their food. No, we know. No, we know. But Andrew need to come out and explain this. All right, and I leave it right there for tonight. Right? As Beyond the Echo said, nothing is for free. Yes, this Tatara. Let them know that. So what being given up here? All right, let us, since we take it away. Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy. Now, let us get into our next movements here. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, man, I know the Chapajana watch me, you know. You understand? I know the Chapajana watch me. So whatever you want to prepare Chapajan now, just go on and prepare it now. You understand? So let me tell you that plain. Now, let us get into the heart of this. Right? Now, we have seen the hurricane, right, Beryl, visited us, right, and left damages behind, as usual as it relates, because, you know, we are in what we call a hurricane belt, right? So obviously, on a yearly basis, that is something that we anticipate for. But there are some things that strike me, that the cruelty of this government, right, amid in taking 300 and 200% raise hike, and we have not seen that, okay, 8 years in office. Let us talk, people. We are reasoning now. 8 years in office. But prior to Andrew Holness, right, got into office, Andrew Holness now would have found all the faults in 2015 and identified them, right? Whether, you know, bridges need to be fixed and drains need to be cleaned. Andrew Holness would all find those faults and criticize the People's National Party. Now, Andrew Holness get a chance to be at the head, right, of our politics. And now, since Andrew Holness has been there for 8 years, I'm going to tell you that the very same criticism that Andrew Holness had in 2015, nothing that Andrew Holness criticized the People's National Party on, Andrew Holness fixed them. Nothing. So then you see the hypocrisy of his politics. Now, let us get into this. Let us get into this, people.
The past week that I'm reading, we have seen a sustained and coordinated set of...
Sorry, guys.
Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, now with us. He joins us from Kingston. Thank you so much for sparing the time today. I know you've got a huge amount to do. Can you give us a sense of the damage that was done overnight?
Well, we're still in assessment mode. What we can say is that based upon the category of hurricane that hit us at a category 4, the damage was not what we had expected. And so we're very grateful for that. But there was damage nonetheless. We had damage to some coastal infrastructure in southern parishes. We had damage to agriculture and housing in 2 parishes, Manchester and St. Elizabeth. We have had some roads cut off and blocked. But outside of that, I think Jamaica was spared the worst.
Are all of your people on the ground able to contact everyone? Is everyone accounted for?
Everyone is accounted for. We had 2 deaths so far registered. We have now about 1,000 persons in shelters. Our telecommunication systems are, I would say, 70% operational. Electricity went down in some areas. We are restoring that as quickly as we can. We are now into recovery phase. So we are doing our assessments, and in another 2 or 3 hours, we'll be able to give a full assessment as to what the damage is.
I know yesterday you were speaking about law and order, because this does sadly become an issue, doesn't it, when people have to evacuate their homes, possible looting. Are there any signs of that happening overnight?
Thankfully, because of the extensive preparedness campaign in which we engaged, we were able to mitigate any such activities. So we have no reports of looting or any breakdown in public order. So in general, we are in a very good state to start our recovery.
Have you spoken strongly in the past about your concerns about climate change? Because you not only sit on, an earthquake fault line, you're also increasingly seeing storms, aren't you? And do you think there was an illustration of that here?
Well, this is a perfect example of climate change. If there are any doubts as to climate change, well, this should certainly dismiss any doubts. This hurricane happened very early in the season, reached a Category 5, the first hurricane to reach a Category 5 so early. It went through the Caribbean, caused damage to our sister islands in the Eastern Caribbean, and it caused damage to us, which we are now assessing. The impact of this is not just on our infrastructure, but on our fiscal affairs. We have, made significant changes to our fiscal management to be able to deal with high frequency, low severity weather events. But what we're seeing happening are events that we would formally say that they are low frequency but high severity. We're seeing that these weather events are happening with greater frequency, at least one every 2 or 3 years. The impact on a small open economy and our budget and our exposure to debt is quite significant. So the issues of climate change and the climate justice issues are significant for us in the developing world.
All right. So then we are going to get into the art of preparation, right, as it relates to what the Prime Minister said. And we are just going to reason rationally now. Now, remember in Jamaica that Prime Minister Andrew Holness has been there for 8 years, right? Now, when we have torrential downpour, we are not talking about hurricane now, torrential downpour, right? We have seen that our drain system cannot take those heavy showers. And what we have flooding upon flooding, right? As it relates to the lack of cleaning those drains or fixing those drains appropriately in terms of maybe extending them so that they can take a more wider volume of water or so forth. We have not seen nothing like that. Now, while the Prime Minister is talking about preparation, I am wondering what sort of preparation that the Prime Minister is talking about if the Prime Minister is not being proactive to say that, okay, all right, Jamaica sits, right, what we call a hurricane belt zone in the Caribbean. And this is something that we anticipate on a yearly basis. Okay, how does the government prepare for this in terms of try to avoid some of the damages that caused by flood? While the Prime Minister telling lies about certain preparation and so forth. Nikisha, I'm going to show you where Nikisha is going through. Okay, so please. Okay. Yeah, so while he's stating that, right, we have seen certain investigation done, right, and showing that several years under the Andrew Holness-led government, several of these drains have not been cleaned. And then my argument as it relates to the Prime Minister, then why did you raise the Member of Parliament salaries to 200 and 300%? And you say to us that we are going to get better service. You say that, but it is worse. So we are going to show some evidence.
Towards Jamaica, and I'm joined now by the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who joins us live from.
Sorry, which one do you want?
Okay, let us get into Nikisha.
Okay.
We're in South St. James and we're very worried. We've been told that there may be a hurricane, holy for water, that may bring some flooding to the area. And we're concerned that our community may not be spared. We're seeing that the drains across the constituency, but in particular, Maroon Town, the Welcome Hall, and the Catadupa divisions, these drains have not been cleaned in many years. The Member of Parliament, Homer Davis, has been missing in action. He has not been maintaining the verges the gullies, the drains. And so right now we're depending on the councillors to try to see what they can do ahead of Wednesday when we expect the heavy downpour. The allocation that is given to councillors to clean drains are supposed to be for the local parochial drains. The main drains along the main thoroughfares, the responsibility of the Member of Parliament, and he has neglected that responsibility. I'm asking you to take up your phone, help me to advocate, call him, call his office, and demand that he cleans the drains, the gullies, the channels in our constituency, because we don't want Hurricane Beryl to come here and ravage our homes, our crops, and our livelihood.
Please check to ensure you have emergency items at home. Water, water boots, food, raincoats, flashlights, batteries. Keep plastic bags, nails, hammer, and other tools handy.
So, people, it is so important. The first thing that I have read out when I started this live tonight was to the fact that we heard the sad news of someone being washed away, of that as it relates to that young man who attempted to retrieve his football. And so then that, every volume of water, right, and the current, he was unable to manipulate himself, you understand, as it relates to the current. And so then he was, we know the result of that. And we are saying that if government emphasizes as it relates to cleaning our drains, right, then we will have less of these situations. Now, let us put out the politics out of this, right? Because what Nikisha had reported based on her observation, right, it is evidently so. But I am going to go beyond what Nikisha said and show evidences of some serious flooding that, of course, this government knew about. As a matter of fact, this was one of Jamaica Labour Party political campaign that they used against the People's National Party. And so I am going to show you the clip to show you that none of these clips that I'm going to show has any timeline as it relates to 2015. So Andrew Holness, I want you to look on what I am going to show you. No wonder why you want us to stop from speaking on social media, but we are here to dissect, you understand, to bring back and show you, right, what you are doing, right? Because under your government, giving the rate that you have been giving, nothing being done. Nothing being done. And the truth be told, they are actually now behaving worse because they are totally comfortable with the money, right? They don't need to do any job. And you promise us, you say that if politicians get better pay, they will do a better performance. So let me show you what you have promised. Now, let us show the history, Andrew Holness. We are taking you upon it and show you the evidence and show you the lies that you have been telling. Right? The lies, the deception, right? The evil of your government. Yes. Let us show it to the people.
We need to get rid of this crisis down here, so. Because Joan, we are Joan. We are Joan out down here. But enough people don't understand it.
And if I'm Tuesday, when the rain, the sewage, them say the pump broke down and the sewage start overflow. And see there, it's a mess right now. The whole road on a big sewage water. So we need water commission to come fix it now. It's not pig and goat live down here, so. We need the councillor, Michelle, we're calling authority to come do something.
BMP. Straight BMP.
See that, we can't, let's get the market, mosquito, they ain't everything will go around. So we need some assistant, like immediately. So the rain fall, so the water rise up back. Because the sewage go right at the gully, we take the water from the road, right car, see that? So we need water commission come fix the sewage like immediately now. We can't take it to fed up of it. And I mean, I don't live here in the community, all the while I come on the news media, all the while when it's raining, I mean, come on the news.
Tell them say we need some representation. It's not as and what alone.
All the while, I'm me alone, on the news.
I'm glad the general see the pick, the little baby, them have to go through
A germs, sis. Totally germs.
Sewer them have to go in and sewer them have to walk in.
Every time the rain fall, everybody have to start
You
a
can't
fret
ask
and a
me,
worry.
see
We have things in our house, a mash up furniture, everything. You have a school around us right now where the little babies sleep with them. Nobody can go to school. The gully and the river around the side, it want clean, it want to drain it. Something them have to do something for traffic replace. To avoid certain water. See right in the house, a lot of people can't go in them house to sleep. Water still run out of my house, see me over there. So as I can see, I take the picture with the little youth them. And my little youth them have come up. We've been through it already, flood things that mash up in the house and them look something there. Nobody now do one time, election time and voting time, them come around there, them walk the road and them are going to do this and them are going to do that and nothing. Nothing them now do. Nothing them now do. Nothing.
MP, no, we don't have no representation.
We need to get through this crisis down here, so. Cause John, we are John. We are John out down here. But enough people don't understand it. You see when it dry, everybody all concerned by themselves, you know, but when it wet, everybody concerned. But if you ever concerned, it's when it dry, we clean all drains and all gullies before the time. The gully around here so need to be clean. From top come to the bottom part of the river. The tunnel them need to clean. Why do you have me alone have to jump down in the town clean 2 tunnel by myself? Everybody, I want to take into consideration about new people down at the riverside. Cause up so when the rain run, I down here so everything comes settle. This water here, what them see now, is not a normal water. This is sword to a ground it and at league. So you know, say it's a process for the baby them. If you have a little thing, you have a couple little see 2 little baby them you see passing by, them have to walk in it. And I know one water where you know say it not smell. A do be stools. More time in the water. If you don't mind chop, some catching at your toenail them come like tar. Someone everybody knows say our thing this. I want it live globe. That's them know say a serious something happening down here. So right now I nearly drown on my house, you know. Alright, you see if the rain never drew down here, you see all the hill. You have a water bus off of the hill, one red water. So in that bus, all your plant kit dead. Like it's a backside dirt from off of the hill from Plantation Heights. It's a backside dirt. Fly down, everything dead. If you don't mind chop all your toenail them rotten out of your toe. Hell, a serious thing if you come down here one day, barefoot, you know. And I ground with your catch between your toe, you know. You have to cock up your foot, make your girls them go and look about it. Serious thing, man.
36 years over there, but born here. Yeah.
And this happens almost every year.
Every year, every time that when the rain falls, something is wrong with the pump. Every time. The pump needs to be thought out better than that. As you can see, space to job. I'm going to get the assistant now from no authority.
Now, people, let me show you something, right? And we have to be serious. So when we see Nikisha, Beryl showing these things, right? It has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with representation. People are lacking the representation. And while, you know, these facts have been identified, we have to show them, right? That the people are not getting any representation. So it is just across the length and breadth of Jamaica. It is the cross and length of breadth of Jamaica. Let us get into the next clip to show you what Nikisha is saying, right? As it relates to her observation, is actually true. Not too about it. Now, let us bring up that clip for you. And this is
a fight between man and nature. Firefighters in Montego Bay, St. James desperately attempt to rescue these soldiers trapped on Orange Street in Montego Bay Monday morning.
About 5 years now, yeah, man, when Gully did flood out, same time. Yeah, man, this water now move right now.
And even as the firefighters respond to this emergency minutes away, this boat was the only means of transportation for their colleagues at the Ironshore Fire Station. It's the peak of a morning of devastation after heavy rain pounded the western city for hours non-stop, leaving sections of the city underwater.
When me lay down like 10:30 by me want cupping. When I hear the cupping by time, me if you look out at the water lick off the door, come inside. When me look down there, so the water is there like pee-pee. The coach start float like a cone board. I couldn't do nothing. I try to rescue myself.
So what did you do?
Jump out.
You run out of the house?
Yes, when me I come out, the water lick me to the house side. Lick me. Me climb on a chain link fence, that is my neighbor fence. I'm a bother for help.
Businesses were left at a standstill. Guests at this small hotel had their vacation cut short when the flood water rushed in.
We had to move all of our belongings out of the guest house where people were staying, but everyone's safe. That's all we're thankful for, and just hope that everybody else in the area is safe as well.
In other sections, newly built roads were reduced to rubble and drains were blocked by debris.
We also have a situation by the Unity Hall roadway in the vicinity of the Guava Walk community. There was significant washdown silt along that particular section which blocked the road. The team was mobilized to have the blocked roadways cleared.
State Minister in the local government ministry, Homer Davis, and other local authorities made a trek through the communities to assess the devastation.
But just looking, it will be a tidy sum to have these areas rehabilitated. Tidy sum. And so I will have to report to the Deputy Prime Minister and my minister also, because some of these roads are parochial roads.
But flooding in St. James is a perennial problem. Year after year, the drainage system in the city is tested and failed. 1963, 1993, 2017. But why is this happening over and over?
Today, we had an issue with the South Gully. The South Gully has two, what we call trash racks, two catch basins that take a lot of solid waste, and from going into the channel. These trash racks were solidly blocked.
According to communications manager at the National Works Agency, Stephen Shaw, the drainage system was simply overwhelmed.
We have managed to reopen the main road, which is the road from Montego Bay to Negril, and that from Montego Bay to Falmouth.
He explained that some roadways have since been cleared. Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
Are you a professional looking to immigrate legally to the United States?
So what we are showing the lack of representation, right, as it relates to these politicians. And I want to present all of this so that if Andrew is looking at it, or any member of parliament looking at it, they need to ask themselves the question now. Why did we take 200% raise? And this is one of the reasons why I am playing this, for you to ask yourself these questions, right? The politicians. Why did I take 200% raise? Now look at the next clip.
There was widespread flooding across several communities in St. Elizabeth on Saturday as heavy rain pounded sections of the island. Dozens of people were stranded in Santa Cruz as piles of debris rendered the main road impassable. As we hear in this report, residents are now appealing for the authorities to improve the drainage infrastructure in the parish.
It may look like it, but this is not a waterfall cascading into a river. It is actually the Rocky Hill Main Road in St. Elizabeth after hours of rainfall Saturday afternoon.
It's a terrible flooding, you know.
And most of the vehicle them you have to park round on the side of the road there. As a relative home and such forth.
In the aftermath, piles of debris made the roadway impassable, and motorists, including taxi operators, were delayed for hours in traffic, which led to dozens of commuters being stranded in Santa Cruz.
Flood waters from the hills of Park Mountain came down through the drained up by the Rocky Hill area and resulted in a lot of debris, silt, and all sorts of stuff coming onto the main thoroughfare of the Rocky Hill main road.
In other communities, more debris and severe damage to the road surface. Residents complained that the drainage system is to be blamed.
Yeah, affect me bad. I mean, if you watch this man, now me can go. I worse me see it. And me no have food.
While the Member of Parliament led efforts to clear sections of the road, there were urgent appeals for the government to find a permanent fix to the flooding problems. The residents fear that as rainfall gets more intense, things may get worse.
If you make a drain separate from the road and the road need to sink, if the road no sink, you know, mash up. For me, grand pitney them will vehicle carry them up a yard from school, can't come up. And in this rain, you know, what them I go do? I don't have to go walk if I'm out the road, so come right up, you know. Yeah, me break me 2 chicken, me hug when me buy little feed, and how me I go get up on my head? You can't pinch.
In the meantime, Counsel for the Santa Cruz Division, Christopher Williams, said the authorities have been trying to find a solution.
It is not a simple fix. It is not just coming here and working asphalt in the road, but also ensuring that we have proper drainage to collect the abundance of water and whatever debris that is going to come from up in the hills. I've also given instructions this morning to my officer to do a proper estimate of works to be done.
All right. Because as we travel along, we have more serious situation as it relates to more investigation as we dig in. So then we see the history that I represented as it relates to what we call representational politics, right? Yeah. Now, for these politicians who even campaigned within the 2015 general election as it relates to the JLP, pointing out these faults, right, to the PNP. Now, they have been in power, right, eight years, right, and knowing all the problems, right, that they themselves campaign on. Now, we have seen that they have not fixed the situation, but rather worse. And why we have to now speak on the Jamaica Labour Party, right, and lament on it, is to the fact that the People's National Party did not take any substantial raise. The People's National Party being criticized at the time for all these issues did not take a substantial raise. Did not. Andrew Holness took the substantial raise, and even although he took the substantial raise, nothing being done. So Andrew Holness, I am saying, regardless of your political spin and what you are going to do, I am showing the evidence of what you have not done, right? And you're making no effort in doing it more than just building up your PR, right? And one of the best PR propaganda you have, right, in your arsenal is a man like Tufton. Telling the propaganda and doing the spin, right? And you have your propaganda machine like Cliff Hughes, right, to do your spin. The spinning is not working. We are talking about representation politics. We are talking about inflation eating the people. So when we see all these things, right, and when we have a torrential rainfall, these things happen. And worse yet now, when we have hurricane, right, it makes the situation rather worse because we have porous drainage system. So that is my point of reflecting, right, history, right? And now let us get into recently as it relates to what happened. Now we see now the hurricane, right? We see where the building structure, right, and certain building code need to also change to, right, suit, right, the time, right, as it relates to knowing to the fact that we are in a hurricane zone, right? Now let us look on this clip, right, as it relates to the devastation, and then when we get into the impact of what happened as it relates to how Beryl passed through the Caribbean and the series of damages that being done. And then we are going to get into the modules of corruption. Yeah. Okay. Let us get into that, and then we dig deeper. Deeper. We are getting deeper. All right.
Members of the JCF, members of the JDF, along with citizens, are currently clearing the road along the Golden Spring Main Road, vicinity, Brooks Level Road entrance. The road was completely blocked. We are trying to create single lane traffic so vehicles can move about freely. We are out here protecting and serving the citizens of Jamaica.
My name is Lucy, and I have to.
Okay. All right. So that was that. So let us get into the modules of corruption. Now, I am going to show the Jamaican people something as it relates to the level of corruption and the intentional action of the Jamaica Labour Party. The Integrity Commission has several modules as it relates to corruption. I am going to go into it and I'm going to show you. And I want to ask a question as it relates to the Integrity Commission modules of corruption. If the members of Parliament have not read these modules or attended these workshops, and when I looked and I saw it, I said, whoa. So it is not like the Integrity Commission itself doesn't have these modules and course that the members of Parliament need to take, to have done. They need to do that. And so then, intentionally, right, it has to be when a member of parliament would have gone through these modules and still corrupt themselves. So when I went through the modules, I realized that, okay, then, as it relates to Andrew Holness not signing the code of conduct, everything that Andrew Holness wanted to do was premeditated. People, I want you to follow me. This is one of the reasons why now, right? Because we are here and we can dig into certain things and expose it. So I'm going to go into the Integrity Commission workshop modules that the members of parliament, right, need to do these modules. And I'm going to ask, are they doing these modules? Now let us go into the Integrity Commission modules and show the people that members of parliament need to do these courses. So without any delay, let us lift up that. What is it? 1 sec, guys. Okay, we're coming up with that because we want to show people that the Integrity Commission, right, it's under something else. Okay, provide all of these training modules for members of parliament. And so that when you have members of parliament corrupt themselves, you understand, it's deliberate and intentional. Let us look, let us get into that. All right. Let us share it so that people can see what we are talking about as it relates to the level of corruption now. Anti-corruption and good governance sensitization workshop series, specially developed by the Integrity Commission for the Cabinet of the Government of Jamaica. Let us read that over, people. Anti-corruption and good governance sensitization workshop series, specially developed by the Integrity Commission for the Cabinet of the Government of Jamaica. Let us go down here. Let us click page 4 and show you now. List of workshop modules. So all the members of parliament, number 1, overview of Jamaica's anti-corruption framework. They're supposed to do that course. The problem of corruption, they're supposed to do that course. The principles of good governance and integrity in public life, Andrew Holness, you're supposed to do that course. Public procurement overview, Andrew Holness is supposed to do that. Other critical areas involving Integrity Commission oversight, IP process, statutory declarations, Andrew Holness, they need to have them certified. IP process, Protected Disclosure Act, whistleblowing. IP process, reporting allegations of corruption. IP process, investigating allegations of corruption. Integrity Commission process, prosecuting allegations of corruption. IP process, overview of corruption offenses in Jamaica. And the last, international best practices in anti-corruption and anti-bribery. Take that away. So, people, when we are saying that for the government, members of parliament, they should all do those workshop courses. It is there for them, right? And so then, what we are seeing is the intentional act. And I have to now ask the questions, how many of these members of parliament have done these courses? How many of them? We have seen Andrew Holness blatantly, him and along with his members of parliament, decided not to sign the code of conduct. But it is not like the Integrity Commission don't have this framework in place and have these workshops for them to attend these workshops, do these courses, and ensure the level of awareness that needs to be done to avoid corruption. But let us go to our next clip here, and we see exactly what we are talking about when it comes to corruption.
The past week that I'm reading, we have seen a sustained and coordinated set of attacks on our civil servants and volunteers in the public health system by the opposition party. I have observed no less than 5 spokespersons and between 8 and 9 releases from that organization, among other things, calling on the resignation of the Chief Medical Officer, the Permanent Secretary, the board chairs of Southern Regional Health Authority and Northeast Regional Health Authority, citing spurious reasons for those claims. I hold no brief for myself, as I understand it is the political season, which will give rise to political machinations. And so today I'm not expressing a view on my own behalf and in my own defense. I will take them as they come and I will respond. But I would like to publicly express my deep disappointment and indeed condemnation of these unwarranted attacks on public servants, on their reputation, on their professionalism, and on the institution that they represent. The opposition has clearly decided that their best hope for political office is to pursue what I will classify as a carpet bombing strategy. In other words, throw as much mud as you can imagine, as you can conjure up in your imagination, and hope that something will stick. It is, in my view, a morally bankrupt strategy that should not be supported or encouraged. Let me say, as a public servant and one who aspires to higher office where we are now and want to continue so to do, but with a lot of experience, that burning down the house to improve your chances of controlling it is an indication of moral bankruptcy and does not serve the interests of the Jamaican people. I want to encourage the men and women of public health to continue to do their work and to ignore the noise. Jamaica appreciates their efforts. I certainly appreciate their efforts. I want to further say that I don't intend to fall into the trap of responding to every outlandish claim made by the opposition. The reality is they keep moving the goalposts. At first it was missing ventilators, then it became ventilators not working, then it became ICU and high dependency units. The goalpost keeps moving in order, frankly speaking, to continue their agenda of maligning and discrediting an entire system, including our civil servants. I understand from my sources that next week will come a new wave in that pictures are going to be circulated about the conditions in hospitals, some fabricated, others may be achieved in particular circumstances to further give negative impression of hospital services. We will remain focused on the work we have to do and ignore the noise. And I call on all well-thinking Jamaicans not to be gullible to these impressions and these purveyors of negativity and false narrative. Let me be clear. We do not operate in a perfect.
Okay. Let me talk. So people, when we talk about Chris Tufton, the doctor of spinner, the king spinner. Now I'm going to ask Dr. Tufton something. He's now accusing the People's National Party, right? That the People's National Party, right, is lying. Basically, that's what he said. And exaggerating the conditions, right, of the healthcare, of the status of the healthcare. And the People's National Party, right, they are just wanting to spread propaganda, right, on the health sector, the health sector leaders and so forth. And he goes down and he draw in the health sector leaders, right, to say that, okay, PNP is accusing them of mismanagement and so forth and so forth, and all of that as it relates to all of the spinning that Chris Tufton want to show. Now, Chris Tufton knew very well that the healthcare situation in Jamaica is in a crisis proportion. Crisis proportion. So then, let us take it, right, out of the politics, right? And this is what we want to show Christopher Tufton. We are going to take it out of the politics because you keep on blaming PNP, because when People's National Party asks for checks and balance, remember what we're talking about, Christopher Tufton. Let me explain this. You're talking about $600 billion, right, as a result of poor procurement processes, right, and other hindrances. We are not able to track how $600 billion being utilized within the system. And what are you saying? You are saying then, okay, the People's National Party are not to speak about it. And if the People's National Party speak about it, you try to spin it. No, let us show you the facts. Because the United States of America has no political side. Mr. Tufton, come to think of this. The United States of America has no political side. The United States is not defending PNP or defending JLP. United States intervene defending United States citizens, and as it relates to the necessary precaution that they need to have traveling to Jamaica, because they recognize that the healthcare system in Jamaica is in a crisis. Let me remind you of the advisory, Mr. Tufton. So then when you talk about People's National Party saying this and saying that, I want you to answer to the United States Travel Advisory. Let us put it up so that people can see it. We know that the people have, majority of the people have seen it, but I want to have an understanding on the basis of your argument. So let us show that tonight. Let us share that. And let us get into that tonight, Christopher Tufton. Are you saying that the United States Travel Advisory, right, is not justified as it relates to what they are stating? Let us read it. Right? Let us read it. Now here it is. Last update reissued with updates to crime and health information. We consider travel to Jamaica due to crime and medical services. U.S. government personnel on the chief of mission security responsibility are prohibited from traveling to many areas due to increased risk. Let us get into the health, right? Now, when you look at that, it's a very serious situation that the United States is pointing out there, right? As it relates to health, the health situation there, right? So then, are you saying that the United States is not justifiable in issuing what they issue? See it? Here it is. We strongly encourage you to obtain traveler's insurance, including medical evacuation insurance, before traveling to Jamaica. Christopher Tufton. This is it. Huh?
Just a little bit there.
Here? Okay. So emergency services and hospital care vary throughout the island, and response times and quality of care may vary from U.S. standards. Public hospitals are under-resourced and cannot always provide high-level or specialized care. This is what the United States is saying. They have done the investigation. Private hospitals required payment upfront before admitting patients and may not have the ability to provide specialized care. Ambulance services are not always readily available, especially in rural areas, and are not always staffed by trained personnel. All of what the United States is saying here is true. Take that away. So then, it is not the PNP, right, just want to accusing the Jamaica Labour Party, right? We have seen that the United States, you understand, also done their investigation and coming out with the truth. So when you're playing politics in Parliament and talking about, okay, all right, PNP want to burn down this and PNP want to burn down that, you know that you are only trying to deflect the real situation. So let us get into the truth as it relates to what Dr. Alfred Dawes is saying here. Let us play this.
Okay. I am looking because there's 3 of them.
I have said it then and I'll say it again. Politics is killing health. It has borne out in the fact that many of those who supported me back then in my quest for a better public health system are now my most vitriolic accusers and critics, when my motive has not changed, whether this administration or a PNP administration. We know that there are truths and lies, and in politics there is the truth, there are lies, and then you have to look at clarity. And truth without clarity breeds the proliferation of lies. We have made a claim that has been rebutted, that there is a shortage of ICU spaces or intensive care unit spaces in the public health system. And that has been rebutted with the declaration that there are varying numbers of ventilators that we asked specifically about in the public health sector. We're seeing numbers such as 122 ventilators, 105, 150, and one press release counting 54, including the University Hospital of the West Indies, which is not a part of the public health system. We know for a fact that many of these ventilators that were donated during COVID as a result of the efforts of the European Union and several private sector organization entities, as well as well-thinking Jamaicans, these ventilators are not in working order. For example, the Kingston Public Hospital, which is the main referral hospital in Jamaica, has a maximum of 8 working ventilators. Now, it's not hard to find 105 ventilators, and if you subtract 8 from that, that means you have 97 to be distributed to lesser upgraded and developed hospitals. So we know that many of these ventilators are in boxes, they're not commissioned, or they have been cannibalized, where one part has been taken from a ventilator to fix another ventilator that is not working. So we know this for a fact, that the donated ventilators are not operational.
Stop wasting money on iCloud. This innovative stick makes it easy to back up your smartphone. It's compatible.
So we are seeing what can be described as fuzzy maths, where we do not know exactly how many are operational. I cannot tell you how many. The Ministry of Health and Wellness cannot tell you. What we need is an audit to see exactly how many ventilators are available island-wide and how many actual ICU spaces and HDU spaces or high dependency units, which are a step down from ICUs. How many of these units are available island-wide for Jamaicans who need critical care? Now, we have been focusing a lot on the donated ventilators during the time of COVID. What is disturbing is that we should not have been in a space where we were battling to get ICU spaces, especially for mothers and infants, because of a program that was conceptualized just about 10 years ago, the PROMAC program. So the EU gave money then, and the EU gave money again during COVID, along with other Jamaican entities and individuals. And we are still left in a situation where there's a dire shortage of intensive care unit beds and high dependency unit beds for adults and neonates. So the stories that we are seeing are not unexpected, because they reflect a systematic issue. And a big part of that systematic problem is that we have a maintenance issue and we have accountability issues. Now, the aims of the PROMAC program to decrease maternal and child mortality rates have failed because of some other incidents or other contributing factors. But the fact of the matter is that over the last 8 years, we have seen a steady climb in the number of mothers dying during pregnancy and delivery. The maternal mortality rate is the highest it has been in over 30 years. The neonatal mortality rate is higher today than it was 20 years ago. The number of children under age 5 who are dying is higher than it was 20 years ago. So there are measurable consequences for the failure to implement and maintain an adequate healthcare system. What this boils down to is not a money issue. If we look at the health budget today, it is almost triple what it was 8 years ago at the conceptualization of, 10 years ago at the conceptualization of PROMAC. It is a matter of priorities. It is a matter of policies, and it is a matter of the proposed solutions. Having identified that there is a maintenance issue, and there is a maintenance unit at the Ministry of Health, the Health Facilities Management Unit, instead of building the capacity, increasing the number of biomedical engineers, increasing training, getting a proper preventative maintenance program, having spare parts so you don't have to raid one machine to fix another. What we have seen is a tendency towards outsourcing, whether it is diagnostics or treatment, without the building of the capacity. And so money will be spent out, but the health sector is no better off than it was after a massive spend. That has to change. We do have many hard workers in the public health sector who just want the right tools and the right support, whether it is training opportunities or just adequate staff. That is where our priorities should lie. Instead, we are divided. And I must say, politics, I said it years ago as, maybe my last press conference of this nature, when I was president of the Jamaica Medical Doctors Association. I have said it then and I'll say it again. Politics is killing health. It has borne out in the fact that many of those who supported me back then in my quest for a better public health system are now my most vitriolic accusers and critics, when my motive has not changed, whether this administration or a PNP administration. The fact of the matter is that we're all Jamaicans. If we're not going anywhere, or even if you do have relatives here who are at the mercy of a good or bad public health system. Those who would like to see us divided along political lines, they have their own routes for getting adequate health care. Many of us who are fighting on social media do not. We have to be united in our demands, whether it is through this administration or after elections. If I am sitting in that role, the demands must be kept up, that nothing short of an overhaul of our public health system is the only way forward.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say something, right? Pivot off of what Mr. Voss said. And this is one of the reasons why we need to have Dr. Voss in Parliament, right? Someone, and this is it. Let me speak to my Jamaican brothers and sisters. We have to have a government that deals with meritocracy. What I mean when I said meritocracy, that persons with the requisite skill set need to put into that particular portfolio for us to get the highest performance. We can't swap meritocracy for nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery. What do you mean by that, Mystic? We have seen nepotism and cronyism puts Chopper John in a position at the Western Regional Hospital for Children as a project manager. We see nepotism do that. The affiliation that Chopper John has with the Jamaica Labour Party. Him going out there on social media, blogging, defending what is the apparent corruption. To the fact that he's now eating what that young lady did say. He's now fooling his crowd. And so then many of them in the Jamaica Labour Party, through the process of nepotism, cronyism, and skullduggery, right, is fooling their crowd. You don't necessarily have to have the skill set. People placed in position, right, to be there so that they can collect the money and swing it on the corner, right, and give a percentage of what being paid to them to the persons who ensure that they have been there. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about nepotism and cronyism. And so then for tonight, I saved my 3 best clips for last. Coming off of what Dr. Dawes has said, critiquing the healthcare system in its most articulate way, having the experience, having the knowledge, as a professional doctor, quite proficient, he should be in that portfolio, the Ministry of Health. And so then we are talking about meritocracy, land itself to win back our technocrats who have fled the country. As a result of this government, push them out of their space and put in people like Chopper John, G2K members who have no skill set, but yet collecting millions of dollars of taxpayers' hard-working money. And so then I left, as I said, the 3 best clips for last, including we are going to run a history on Mark Golding as it relates to what is on the ballot coming next year. What is on the ballot? Honesty and integrity, good governance, good leadership, nation building, meritocracy, a leader that has the ability to lead us through the storm. The Jamaica economy is traveling through what we call a definitely tsunami. But we need someone to take us away from the tsunami. And so then, let me give you a sweet history on Mark Golding. The Jamaica Labour Party, it is not like they have not tried to find a fault to say, here it is. Mark Golding is this and Mark Golding is that. It is not like they don't dig to the deepest depth. It is not like they have not stretched themselves to the widest width. It is not like they have not lifted up every stone and look. Mark Golding, Mark Jefferson Golding has found to be innocent in the eyes of them and those. And we say we want a government that deals with transparency and balance and most of all, inclusion, political inclusion. And so then we're the diaspora like us can have a say. And so then without any further delay, let me introduce to you a true leader who came from a foundation from his father, who had given us love and care. Not only speak, not only promise and did not deliver, but he did not promise, but yet deliver. There's a phrase in the Bible said, as it relates to Jesus, said, happy for those who seek me without knowing me. For those who hear the message and believe. And so then, those, as it relates to what I am saying, let the evidence speak for itself without adding the perceptions, opinions that you may generate. But gather your evidence and read them well. And so we have gathered our evidence and read it well, that Mark Golding is going to be, of course, the true leader that take us there. Nation building, democratic socialism. Without any further delay, let me show you what the history presents.
What is Mark Golding's net worth? Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the life and net worth of one of Jamaica's wealthiest politicians, Mark Golding. From his early life and education to his successful business ventures and political career, we'll explore how Golding amassed his wealth, the controversies he's faced, and the complexities surrounding his true net worth, including his dual citizenship and potential hidden assets. Let's get started. Mark Jefferson Golding was born on July 19, 1965, in Kingston, Jamaica, raised in a family deeply rooted in medicine and community service. His father, Sir John Golding, was a prominent orthopedic surgeon and a pioneer in rehabilitative medicine, while his mother, Lady Patricia Golding, was also influential in the medical community. Golding attended Jamaica College, one of the island's most prestigious high schools. He excelled academically, which paved the way for his higher education at the University of Oxford in England. At Oxford, he studied law, an education that would serve as the cornerstone for his future endeavors in both the legal and business worlds. Golding's time at Oxford not only provided him with a top-tier legal education, but also exposed him to a diverse international environment, broadening his perspectives and networks. This experience was instrumental in shaping his approach to business and politics later in life. Upon returning to Jamaica, Golding was called to the bar and quickly established himself as a proficient attorney. He co-founded the law firm Hart Muirhead Fata, specializing in corporate and commercial law. This firm became well known for its expertise and played a significant role in Jamaica's legal landscape. In 1992, Mark Golding ventured into the financial sector by co-founding Daring, Bunting and Golding, DB&G, alongside Peter Bunting and others. The firm rapidly grew, leveraging innovative financial products and services to become a major player in the Caribbean investment banking scene. DB&G's success culminated in its acquisition by Scotiabank in 2006 for approximately $3.62 billion Jamaican dollars, equivalent to around $55 million US dollars at the time. This sale significantly boosted Golding's net worth and established him as a prominent figure in Caribbean finance. But Golding didn't stop there. In 2010, he co-founded Proven Investments Limited, a private equity firm focused on investment opportunities across the Caribbean. Proven Investments has been successful in various sectors, including real estate, financial services, and technology. Additionally, Golding served on the board of Grace Kennedy Limited, one of the Caribbean's largest and most diversified conglomerates. These ventures have further cemented his financial standing and business reputation. Golding's political journey began with the People's National Party, PNP, where he was appointed as a senator in 2007. His legal expertise and business acumen made him a valuable asset to the party. In 2012, he was appointed Minister of Justice under Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller. His tenure was marked by significant legal reforms aimed at strengthening Jamaica's justice system, including efforts to modernize the legal framework and improve access to justice. Golding was instrumental in implementing reforms such as the establishment of the Office of the Special Coroner and improvements in the legal aid system. His work in the Ministry of Justice demonstrated his commitment to enhancing the rule of law and promoting justice for all Jamaicans. In November 2020, Golding was elected president of the PNP and became the leader of the opposition. His leadership came at a challenging time, marked by internal party conflicts, declining public support, and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Despite these hurdles, Golding has remained a vocal critic of government policies, advocating for greater transparency, accountability, and social justice. Mark Golding has not been without controversy. One notable issue is his dual citizenship. Holding both Jamaican and British passports, his eligibility for public office has been questioned. This dual citizenship has sparked debates about national loyalty and eligibility for public office, although it hasn't posed legal barriers. Critics argue that holding dual citizenship can lead to conflicts of interest, especially when serving in high public office. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Golding was vocal about the government's handling of the crisis. His critiques were seen by some as politicizing the pandemic response, while others viewed them as essential oversight. Golding called for more robust health measures, economic support for affected individuals and businesses, and greater transparency in the government's pandemic response. Now, how much is Mark Golding worth? Let's delve into the numbers. According to his 2021 statutory declaration, Mark Golding's assets included real estate valued at 95.37 million Jamaican dollars, motor vehicles worth 7.75 million Jamaican dollars, and investments totaling 141.71 million Jamaican dollars. He also had cash holdings of 4.23 million Jamaican dollars. On the liabilities side, he had loans and mortgages amounting to 69.57 million Jamaican dollars. This puts his net worth at approximately 179.49 million Jamaican dollars. A notable highlight is his rental income. Contrary to initial reports suggesting a lower figure, updated information indicates that Golding collected over 56 million Jamaican dollars in rental income in 2021. This substantial rental income underscores the value of his property investments and highlights his strategic approach to real estate. However, assessing Mark Golding's true net worth might be more complex than it appears. Like many wealthy individuals, it's possible that Golding holds assets in trusts. Trusts can provide significant privacy and are often used for estate planning, tax benefits, and protecting assets from creditors. Assets held in certain types of trusts might not be fully disclosed in statutory declarations, potentially leading to an incomplete picture of his net worth.
All right. Now, let us deal with transparency here. Now, when you hear about Mark Golding, right, as it relates to the blind trust, now in business and in generally throughout the entire world, that when you have business, right, and you're going to leave from the private life and get into the public life, it is recommended for you to put your businesses or business, right, into a blind trust. What does that mean? Because you don't want to have, right, any form of interference as it relates to any form of political influence to your business. And so then that your business may benefit politically as a result of you being in office. So Mark Golding dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's. Now, let me show you what the blind trust is, because you know that Mystic Sensation is going to do this research. Mystic Sensation is going to educate our people. Let us get into the blind trust and show you what the blind trust is. Put it up for us. Now here it is, my lovely people, right? Because Mystic Sensation doing the groundwork, making sure that our people being edified. Defining a blind trust. How it works, example. What is a blind trust? A blind trust is a trust established by the owner or truster, giving another party, the trustee, full control of the trust. The trustee has full discretion over the assets and investment while being charged with managing the assets and any income generated in the trust. The truster can terminate the trust but otherwise exercise no control over the actions taken within the trust and receive no reports from the trustees while the blind trust is in force. Blind trusts are often established in situations when individuals want to avoid conflict of interest between their employment and investment. Take that away. Now, we like to clear up that, right? And so then, to show you how credible Mark Golding is, venture into, right, public life, in the political life, Mark Golding have his business and put them into a blind trust, right? Because people are saying, okay, all right, the Integrity Commission, right, may not wanting to investigate. Remember what the Integrity Commission investigate. The Integrity Commission responsibility is to investigate procurement procedures, right, and so forth as it relates to public officials, right? Now, so Mark Golding get into the public life, put his money, put his assets into a blind trust. Now, let us get into the art of the matter. Based on what we heard as it relates to the investigation that done there on Mark Golding. Mark Golding total assets in 2020. People, I want you to listen to me keenly. Mark Golding total assets in 2020. Remember now, Mark Golding, right, is coming as a result of leading successful businesses. People, I want you to get what I'm saying tonight. Successful businesses in private sector. Deering, Bunting, and Golding. Successful businesses. And not only that, you show that he had established a law firm, right, and done successfully well. And so then Mark Golding 2020 statutory declaration have him a total of $179 million in 2020. People, I want you to follow me. When Mark Golding doing his business, Andrew Holness did not have any business. People, I want you to follow me tonight. Andrew Holness. And I want for Andrew Holness to come out and say to us that he did have business. He didn't. So then, so Andrew Holness didn't have a business to put in any blind trust. In 1997, when Andrew Holness ventured into the politics, he did not have one business to put in a blind trust. Think where I'm going, people. Didn't have one business, no business listed, none whatsoever. Zero, 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 zero. And you tell me, people, you tell me, PSOJ, you tell me, the umbrella group of churches, you tell me that Mark Golding was in business, doing his law firm, doing other business. Now you tell me. So when Andrew Holness said he came in 1997 in the politics with $47 million, where did he get it from? Come on, people, let us read now. Where did he get it from? Andrew, if you are listening to me, where did you get it from in 1997? You married in 1997. You married in 1997. And your wife said that you didn't have any money. They did not have any money. Your wife said it. Your wife spoke it. I have the clip. I have played it. My people have seen it. My brothers and sisters have seen it. Juliet Holness, you struggled to even have your wedding in 1997. But the timeline of your investigation as it relates to the allegation of corruption between the period 2006 to 2009, you being the minister of education, what was the accusation? Awarded illegal contracts to Gavin through the Ministry of Education. The permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education know very well that those procurement rules and guidelines were breached. So when Zara Burton focused on you, Andrew Holness, Zara Burton should have also focused on the permanent secretary. So if Zara Burton listening to me, Zara Burton knows what I am saying. The permanent secretary for the Ministry of Education should have been investigated. So they know the period between 2006 to 2009. It is not like the corruption prosecutor did not see a case that tangible that could lead to your conviction. But the corruption prosecutor dismissed it on the basis of statute of limitation. So Andrew Holness, why do you think we should hear from you and listening to you and listen to you? Why do you think we need justice for that? The corruption prosecutor, right, did not push this case in the judiciary. And to me, that is wrong. The corruption prosecutor should have allowed the judiciary to rule on this. But now, that is one part of the business. Your situation carry a two-sprung column. So while your 2019 statutory declaration showing you a total asset of $171 million, let me ask you this, Andrew Holness, because no mainstream media is not asking you that. So Mark Golding, who works so hard in business, and you don't have no business, how comes you have a total of $171 million in 2019, and in 2020, Mark Golding only have 179? How you get your money? How you get your money? Come out and tell Jamaica how you get your money. Mark Golding, who has done, right, several businesses. You didn't have none. And as we speak today, you are richer than Mark Golding. How can you explain? Come and make that make sense. We don't need the Portland matter. We don't need the Portland mere mathematics. Come and talk to me. Come make that make sense, Mr. Prime Minister. You come out and tell us when you're talking about social media vlogger doing this and social media vlogger doing that. Come out and explain to us how you have more money than Mark Golding. We want to know what sort of a maths you use. We want to know what sort of business method you use. And any Jamaicans who defend you, right, is going down to the abyss of hell. So all the churches and some churches who want to defend you, we need clarity as it relates to Mark Golding, who have legitimate business and you didn't have none. How comes you richer than Mark Golding? Come out and tell the people in that. How comes you Andrew Holness richer than Mark Golding. Remember, I don't speak nothing about Juliet Holness yet. I don't speak nothing about Juliet Holness yet. Just imagine, your total asset in 2019, $171 million without me speaking about Juliet Holness doing a development in Leeds Flat that Juliet Holness stated worth $800 million. So tell us, Mr. Gold, tell us, Andrew Holness, Mr. Holness, how you richer than Mark Golding? Or we don't talk that because the bad mind because, you know, Mark Golding white and you black. So what? Make the black man get a chance? No, we don't deal with that. We not deal with that, boss. We not deal with that. You get what I say? Mark Golding is a born Jamaican. And that is what we are defending. We are defending truths and rights, honesty and integrity. You are not going to be passed because you're black. And as a matter of fact, Mark Golding is blacker than you. Yes, Mystic Sensation say that. Mark Golding is blacker than you, Andrew Holness, as it relates to the level of care. Tell them that Mystic Sensation say that. Andrew Holness, you is a breadfruit. You is a roast breadfruit. You, Andrew Holness, is a roast breadfruit. You have deceived us. Yes. Mystic Sensation saying that. Run out and come prove otherwise. Oh, you richer than Mark Golding. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say I'm going to hand over to my wife as it relates to Jeopardy. You know, we have not had Jeopardy so long, and I know that Jeopardy people are waiting. So without any further delay, right, sorry for the natural positive outburst, but I have to, as it relates to the pursuance of justice, and try to understand, right, why Andrew Holness is richer than Mark Golding. And Andrew Holness didn't have any business. So anyone who wants to trot down as it relates to Chopper John, who want to burn down truths and rights and defend Andrew Holness because, of course, he's eating out of the trough, come along, Mr. Chopper John. Come along, because we like how you're cooking up the business. Okay, wifey, please take over.
Okay, and thank you so much, as usual, for that well, insightful discussion. Really appreciate the amount of work that it's always put into trying to bring the correct information to our people at home to make them be more informed so that they can make well-informed decisions.
Exactly.
So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much to everyone who's been participating in the discussion. Really appreciate each and everyone. There's just something in the comment caught my eye, so I am cracking up. Ian Crook says, great analysis. Jenny said, talk up the things I missed.
All right. Blessings.
All right. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. And I know there's a lot of people who still don't have electricity back yet. And we're hoping that it will be restored within a reasonable time, because we know how GPS works. It's at snail pace. And it's a lot of power lines to put back up to restore energy. So congratulations to everyone who's gotten energy back so far, who lost it, and also to those who did not lose it through the hurricane. So right, so thank you guys again. So we are going to go into Jeopardy. I'm not sure how many persons are here going to be participating, but let's get into Jeopardy. So remember that we're going to be giving away credit, $1,000 Jamaican credit to the person with the most points, and then we'll have 4 runners up of $500 credit each, Digicel or Flow. So the question is in the form of a statement. You answer in the form of a question. If it's the name of a person, then it is who is, and then the answer. If it's a place or a thing, then it is what is, and then the answer. So let me just show you the board here. Let me just take away the logo so that you can see the last category properly. So tonight we have famous Jamaican quotes, guess the river, name the parish, reggae trivia, and weather tools. So as usual, I'm just going to ask someone to throw out a category and for how many points, and then we're going to start there, the person who answers. Thank you so much, Stella. Really appreciate that. She's saying, great show.
Thank you, Stella.
All right. And guys, before I forget, please remember to donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. It is very, very important that we donate because it helps.
Oh, yes.
Stuff that needs to be done, and also at the right time we're going to need that fund so that we can have some people held accountable. So please donate to the Jamaica One Legal Defense Foundation, and it's at .net. All right, so let's see. And for those who have been moderating throughout the live, thank you so much. Really appreciate. They have been saying, please take the likes up to 300. So those who have not hit the like button, I'm asking you please to just go ahead and hit the like button. It helps to get us out to more people, to spread the facts more. So please hit the like button so that the algorithm can pick it up and send the live out to more people. Right, so please like. So guys, somebody threw out a category and for how many points, and the first one that I see will start with that one. Chipperton is saying yes, that's always great show. Thank you so much. Okay, we are not going to play Jeopardy tonight. I'm not seeing anybody.
Whoa.
I said it was going to be iffy.
Okay.
All right, Brittany's saying guess the river for 200. Abina, welcome. She's saying name the parish of 100. All right, so let's see who first came in. I think it would be Brittany. All right, so Brittany said guess the river for 200. Pass the orange book out to the second. Please. So guess the river for 200. This major river is located in the parish of Portland. So name the major river that's located in the parish of Portland. Pass the black ink pen. Thanks. So this major river is located in the parish of Portland. So name the river. Name the river. It's in Portland, a major river that's in Portland. This one.
Let's get to that one.
Jaden checking on him.
JJ, we'll fit up for our brother.
All right. So, all right, I see the answer that I'm looking for. So known delays, and let's reveal the answer. And it is what is Rio Grande. So the Rio Grande River is located in it's a major parish, river, that's located in the parish of Portland, and that is for 200 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Just refresh there. Dunmill for 200 points.
All right.
Okay, Natty
Dunmill
also
on the
came
board.
in with Maria Grant. So he's saying reverse for 400. So let's continue. Longest river in Jamaica. Name the longest river in Jamaica. The longest river in Jamaica. Remember, you have to put what is in front of the answer, and then who is if it's the name of a person. Remember, guys, you have to watch your spelling, so make sure your spelling is correct when you're putting in the answer. I know sometimes typo happens. Okay, so the longest river in Jamaica. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. So let me just reveal the answer, and it is what is Rio Mino. And that is for 400 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Let me just refresh. Okay. So first person with the correct response is, I'm going to give it, I know you have your O there, Dunmill, but I know it's error with Monica, the O fell off the Rio. We know it's Rio Mino. So Monica for 400 points.
Monica
and
for
then
400
Dunmill, yeah. And Natty also got Rio. So we know it was a typo there with the O falling off. That's why I said before that sometime I know typo happened, but so 400 points. So Monica, choose the next category and for how many points? Ron, you have to make sure you put what is and then the answer. Also, okay, Yvonne, make sure you put what is and then the answer. And okay. So Monica, choose the next category and for how many points? Okay, she's saying parish for 200. Rio Nuevo is located in this parish. Name the parish. Rio Nuevo is located in this parish. Name the parish. Rio Nuevo is located in this parish. Name the parish. Welcome back, Andrew. I saw Ricardo earlier. He's having, and Tiffany was there earlier too, but she said she doesn't have electricity yet. Wow. So she would be in and out. Also, teacher P said her electricity isn't back yet either. There's still quite a number of persons who don't have electricity. All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is, what is St. Mary? So Rio Nuevo is in the parish of St. Mary, and that is for 200 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Let me refresh the page. Dunmill for 200 points with St. Mary. Then Andrew.
200 points.
Mm-hmm.
So the score as it is, Dunmel on 400 points, Monica 400 points.
Megawatt.
Mega did it?
Some comment cracking me up.
Mega.
That a good thing somebody else can win, lol. No light tonight. This St. Parish for 300. Rio Minor River is located in this parish. Rio Minor River is located in this parish. So it's just been flipped. So if you were paying attention, Rio Minor, no, yeah, Rio Minor River is located in this parish. Made a mistake. I didn't say in the previous question what parish it was. So, Rio Minor River is located in this parish, and that is for 300 points. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for. And it is what is Clarendon, and that is for 300 points. So, Rio Minor is located in Clarendon. Like Jaden have you.
This one silent.
Jaden must go. You're going to keep him company.
How you support you can?
Jaden must be there.
You want JJ your friend again?
Mm-hmm. So first on the board with the correct response is megawatt.
Well, mega dip on the board.
Mm-hmm.
How much mega get?
300. Got a brain fart here. I'll do my brain freeze. So 300. Then Donmel, Abina, Rafe 1, welcome. And that's how the answers came in. So choose the next category and for how many points megawatt. Case keeping it parish for 500. Okay. Let's see. Black River is located in this parish. Everybody run out. Black River is located in this parish. Everybody run out. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is St. Elizabeth. So St. Elizabeth, and that is for 500 points. So let's see who picked up those 500 points. Megawatt on a roll.
Wallahi. 500 points a megawatt?
500 points. Then Dunmel, Andrew in hot pursuit. Then Abina, Monica. Oh, Rafe said he drove on the Rio Minor Bridge last Thursday. Okay, that's how the answers came in. So, megawatt. Choose the next category and for how many points.
Score as it is. Dunmel 400 points. Monica 400 points. Megawatt 800 points. Megawatt just come steps on past them.
Tell you. All right, so he's saying parish for 400. And this is a double point answer. The Great River borders these 3 parishes. Name the 3 parishes that the Great River borders. The Great River borders these 3 parishes. Name the 3 parishes. And that is for 800 points. 800 points on the correct response. All right, I see the correct response, none delays, and it is St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, and that is for 800 points. So St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland. So let's see who picked up those 800 points. All right, so Andrew, 800 points.
Andrew?
Yep. Then Donmel.
Whoa.
And Abina. That's how they came in. All right, choose the next category and for how many points, Andrew? How many persons on the board? 4?
4. So the score as it is, Dunmel 400 points, Monica 400 points, Megawatt and Andrew 800 points.
Well, yeah. There's a so it's saying parish for 100 is completing parishes. White River is located in the parish of White River is located in which parish? White River is located in which parish? Okay, done now. Let me double check. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is St. Anne. The White River is located in St. Anne, and that is for 100 points. So let's see who picked up those points. Let me just quickly refresh. Okay, it started there. Abina, 100 points.
Abina?
Mm-hmm. Then Don Melly.
100 points for Abina?
Yeah. They did put St. Anne as well. Megawatt. Oh, it says it's actually a border, the border between St. Mary and St. Anne. But I guess most people lean towards it being in St. Anne because that's what it says. It's in Ocherius. And then Monica Reef also says St. Anne. Okay, White River actually starts at St. Catherine, right at the border with St. Anne and St. Mary, says Donmel. And Damian, St. Anne, you have to put what is before the answer. Okay, so Abina, choose the next category and for how many points? All right, so choose is the thanks to GPS the regular day. All right, choose the next category, Abina, and for how many points? Okay, she's saying quotes for 100. He was there earlier, but I'm not sure if he has electricity or not, because Teacher P was there earlier when she said she didn't have. She was just tuning in for a short bit. And Tiffany also said she didn't have electricity either. So quotes for 100. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Name the famous Jamaican who made that quote. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Name the famous Jamaican who said that. Remember the name of a person, sorry, the name of a person, you start with who is. So the famous Jamaican who said, some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Oh my goodness, Daniel. Can see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is who is Bob Marley. Bob Marley is a person who said those words, and that is for 100 points. So let's see who picked up those 100 points. Andrew, who is Bob Marley, also Abina came with Bob Marley, 100. Natty also came with Bob Marley.
So the score as it is, Andrew on 200 points. Monica and Daniel, 400 points. Megawatt and Andrew, 800 points.
All right, so he's saying quotes for 200, so it's continuing with quotes. I don't think limits. Name the famous Jamaican who said that. I don't think limits. Oh, you put the 100 points on Andrew one?
Yes, there. Yeah.
It's Andrew gets the 100 points.
Oh, and Andrew will get 800, right?
Mm-hmm. So
Sorry.
it's at 900.
Sorry, my bad. So let me talk over the score. Sorry, Andrew, my bad. Abina on 100 points. Monica and Daniel on 400 points. Megawatt 800 points, and Andrew 900 points. Okay. So we correct. All right.
I'm just saying it. It's not Ricardo, so don't take him points.
Try me try thing.
All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is who is Usain Bolt. He doesn't think limits, and that is for 200 points. So let's see who came in with who picked up those points. All right, so 200.
We'll get the 200.
Andrew
again?
The 200. Then Natty also came in with both.
Andrew get the 200 again?
Yeah.
What?
Abina, but I think what you call it, keyboard messed her up there.
Andrew moved tough.
And also Rafe one also came in with Usain Bolt and Damien. All right, so choose the next category, and for how many points, Andrew? So it's continuing with code, so we're going 300. And this is another double point answer. With confidence, you have won before you have started. With confidence, you have won before you have started. Name the famous Jamaican who said those words. So it's a double point answer. So that's 600 points for the person who gets that correct. And it with confidence, you have won before you have started. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. GPS. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is who is Marcus Garvey. So Marcus Garvey said those motivational words. And that is for 600 points. So let's see who picked up those 600 points. Abina. Abina, 600 points.
What?
Yes. Then Andrew, Nancy.
Abina came back wicked.
Yeah, I tell you. Rafe 1, Ron, Damien, and that's how the answers came in.
And so the score as it is, Monica and Danmel, 400 points. Megawatt, 800 points. Abina, 700 points. Andrew, 1,100 points.
All right, so Abina, choose the next category and for how many points? She's continuing with quotes. She's going for 500. Better to die fighting for freedom than be, sorry, it should be than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Name the Jamaican who said those words. Better to die fighting for freedom than be a prisoner all the days of your life. Who said those words? All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. And drum roll. Who is Bob Marley? Bob Marley is one who actually said those words, and that is for 500 points. So let's see who picked up those 500 points. Oh, Yvonne, it's the person who answers the question first that gets gets on the board with the points. You might answer it correctly, but it's the first answer that we see that the that person gets the point. All right, so let's refresh. So Andrew, 500 points. So Bob Marley, Natty also came in with Bob Marley, Abina, Damien, Rafe, Jeffrey, oh, we didn't put who. All right, so that's how the answers came in. So choosing it, okay, Andrew saying 400, so it's completing quotes. No matter what comes, I will always work hard and do my best. Name the person who said those words. No matter what comes, I will always work hard and do my best. Let me see the last answer that Yvonne Calvia, she might be logging too. See the last answer that she... Yeah, she's lagging. She's lagging behind. All right, so no matter what comes, I will always work hard and do my best. Who said those words? It's not no, so I'm not going to say those words. I'm going to try and deflect and say somebody else cause whatever problem. Okay, I can hear the crickets in the chat. Nope.
Where's money?
Nobody?
This.
It's a Jamaican Abina. So you're on the right track, megawatt, but it's within that field, that hemisphere or field, but it's not her. Dunmel, you're warm, but it's not a he, it's a she. Let me give you a clue. It's a she, it's not a he. And person is in track and field. Giving you guys a clue. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is, who is Shelley Ann Fraser Price? So she said, no matter what comes, I will always work hard and do my best. And that is for 400 points. So let's see, 2 persons or 3 persons came up with the correct response. Dunmel for 400 points. Then Andrew, that's how the answers came in. Also Reef, so came with Shelley Ann Fraser. Right, so choose the next category and for how many points. Okay, reverse for 500. The only river that does not flow in a northerly or southerly direction. The only river that does not flow in a northerly or southerly direction. Name the river. That is for 500 points. I will be right back. Information.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh yes, Daniel, I think you had sent me some information regarding that one. When you said it's controversial, somebody sent me a whole read up on the information. I read it, but I can't remember all of what I read. Words in a zigzag. Okay. All right. I see the answer that I am looking for. All right. And it is the Plant and Garden River. So Plant and Garden, and that is for 500. So it says that it does not flow in a northerly or southerly direction. According to Dunmill, it flows zigzag. All right. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Andrew, Plant and Garden River, 500. Then Abina also came in with that, and Dunmill also came in.
Okay, and so the score as it is, Monica on 400 points, Daniel and Megawatt 800 points, Abina 700 points, Andrew 2,100 points.
Yeah, Dunmill, I remember seeing the information. I did read it, but it was some time ago. Okay, all right. So choose the next category and for how many points? I said it's the Negro River that flows east to west. Okay. So river for 100 says, Hush, Narine, it's not, right, give up, hush. All right, so river for 100. This major river is located in the parish of Trelawney. Everybody run out. This major river is located in the parish of Trelawney. Everybody run out. Remember, you have to put what is before the answer. If it's a place or a thing, or if it's a person, you put who is. And I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is Martlebury River is located in the parish of Trelawney. It's the major river in Trelawney. So let's see who first came in with the correct answer, and that is for 100 points. So Dunmill, 100 points, then Megawatt, Monica, minutes, everybody are gonna run out. Abina, but there's a typo there. Narine, but didn't put what is. Rafe also came in with the correct response. Dunmill is not hesitating. He's saying reverse for 300. The Plant and Garden River is located in the parish of in Jamaica. The Plant and Garden River is located in this parish. So the Plant and Garden River is located in this parish. Just get in, please. Turn off the printer, please.
Oh.
All right, let's see. All right, everybody run out. Okay, answers are still coming in. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is located in the parish of St. Thomas. And that is for 300 points. So Plant and Garden River is located in St. Thomas. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. And we are down to reggae trivia and weather tools. So let's see. Dunmel for 300 points. Then Abina, Reef, oh, there's a game going on, like football, Venezuela, Canada game. Just a megawatt, watch it, please. All right. So that's how the answers came in. Welcome, welcome, Arlene. Bless up yourself. Arlene made in Trinidad, bless up. He's sending Daniel to in bed. All right, he said weather tools for 300. Use this to measure air pressure. So this is used to measure air pressure, and that is under weather tools. So we use this to measure air pressure, and that is for 300 points. So what is used to measure air pressure? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is what is a barometer. So barometer is used to measure air pressure. All right, and that's geography. And that is for, what did I say, 300 points. So let's see who picked up those 300 points. Donmel.
300 points.
Mm-hmm. Then Natsi, Abina.
So the score as it is, Monicon 400 points, Abina 700 points, Megawatt 800 points, Stanmel 1500 points, and Andrew 2100 points.
All right, he's continuing with weather tools for 400. Curious about how much rain fell in a certain period of time, use me to measure it. So if you're curious about how much rain fell in a certain period of time, use me to measure it. And that is for 400 points. So name the instrument. Oh my goodness. So name the instrument that is used to measure how much rain fell in a certain period of time. Right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is what is a rain gauge. So a rain gauge is used to measure the amount of rain that fell over a certain period of time. Right, and that is for 400 points. All right, let's see who got those 400 points. Sonia, 400 points.
First, sign on the board, right?
Then Royal Babes, Brittany, Megawatt, Rave, Abina. Oh my goodness. Right, so yes, Sonia. So Sonia, choose the next category and for how many points? Oh, okay. Thanks. I just noticed that. Yeah. Said wind, not rain. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, said wind instead of rain gauge. Just noticed that. Thanks. All right. So 500 weather tools. You can just put WT for short. So you don't have to type out all of it. So that is for 500. This person uses tools to predict the weather. This person uses tools to predict the weather. Name the profession or the person. Name the profession of the person. So this person uses tools to predict the weather. This person would have been very instrumental with our recent hurricane experience, but of course the meteorologist was put in the background. Well, you know who, nice enough, came up front and left the meteorologist behind. All right, I see the answer. The answers were there before I said it. That is for 500 points. So who is a meteorologist? All right, so that is for 500 points. So let's see who came in with the correct response. Andrew, 500 points. Then Monica, Natty. Oh, she didn't. Oh, she corrected it and said who is Mega, but it didn't put who is. Let's say what is. All right, so choose the next category, Andrew, and for how many points? I tell you, Rafe. Put the meteorologist on backbench and front up himself. And the person with the knowledge and front up to himself. All right, so he's saying he's continuing with 200. If you have a fever or to measure the temperature of the air, use me. If you have a fever or you want to measure the temperature of the air, use me. Everybody run out. And that is for 200 points. All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, but remember you need to put what is, and it is a thermometer, and that is for 200 points. So let's see who picked up those 200 points. Let's refresh because everybody ran out. Megawatt. Megawatt for 200 points. Then Abina, Natty, Dunmel, Monica, but didn't put what is. Royal Babes, Brittany, bless up Alyssa, Abina, hold on. No, refresh Abina. You have to refresh the screen. You're gonna see yourself first. Everybody who put in an answer is gonna see themselves first. So you have to refresh to see, and then after you refresh, you will see that Megawatt got there first. All right, so did you choose? Okay, so regular trivia for 500, or you can just put RT. This group contains the artist, and it's a double score. So whoever gets this correct is going to get the 500 points, plus the overall score is going to be doubled. So this group contains the artists Alistair McCullough, Rushan Clark, Craig Thompson, and Xavier Davidson. Name the group. So this group contains the artists Alistair McCullough, Rushan Clark, Craig Thompson, and Xavier Davidson. Name the group. Let me look again, go all the way up. I've been a refresh the chat. Click the X. Click the X where you see live chat. Click the X, it closed out, and then it opens back. And then you hit live chat again, and then you'll see the order in which the answers came. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. And it is, drum roll, TOK. So the group name is TOK. All right, so Touch of Class was originally inspired by Boyz II Men. Their hit song, Chichi Man, castigated corrupt politicians, but helped propel them to stardom amongst the dancehall ranks. Right, and that is for 500 points, and then the overall score is going to be doubled. Said she did all that and she's still at the top. Let me refresh mine again. It's the same thing I'm seeing. Are you sure it's refreshing? What is everybody else seeing for the answer thermometer? Who is first? Because I have it as Megawatt first, and then Abina after, then Natty. So when you refresh your page, what do you see? Yeah. Okay, everybody's saying they're seeing Megawatt first. So I'm not sure. It may not be refreshing your page properly, Abina. You have to hit the X just below the screen, and then you hit the live chat again to enter back into the chat. All right, I see you all put who is TOK. It can be because it's the name of a group of persons, so I'm going to give it for who is. I have what is, I should have put who is. So, because it's the name of a group of persons. All right. So Megawatt actually, yeah, Megawatt came in with TOK first. And that is 500 points. And then double is overall score.
Whoa.
Megawatt to run with tonight. And then Tiffany also came in with TOK.
So the score as it is, Tanya and Monica on 400 points. Abina, 700 points. Danmel, 1,500 points. Andrew, 2,600 points. And Megawatt, 3,000 points.
What? All right, it's the reggae trivia for 400. This Portuguese, Chinese, Jamaican artist helped jumpstart a dancehall surge in the US with a few hit songs in 2002. Name the person. This Portuguese, Chinese, Jamaican artist helped jumpstart a dancehall surge in the US with a few hit songs in 2002. Who is the artist? And that is for 400 points. Was Sabina able to refresh? Ricardo, let me get the charge on the phone. What I miss? Wally.
It's about 5 left.
Wally, Ricardo, Osha, no, you were here earlier. Same thing as them, even not have electricity. Oh my goodness, Andrew said, Megawatt to concentrate on the game. I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it is, who is Sean Paul? And that is for 400 points. So a little footnote there. Sean Paul's hits, Give Me the Light, caught the US by storm, as did his other hits, Get Busy, Like Glue, Make It Clap with Busta Rhymes, and Baby Boy with Beyonce. That helped pave the way for other artists like Elephant Man and Vybz Kartel. And that is for 400 points. So let's see who picked up those 400 points. So refresh. Andrew, 400 points. Then Don Mel, Ricardo, Tiffany. Welcome back, Tiffany. Guess she got some charge too. Then Megawatt. Royal Babes. Monica. My type too fast, Don Mel, so end up putting a plus at the end. All right, so that's how the answers came in. Is the moderators winning tonight? We're not even paying attention. No, it's everybody's game, but it's who answered the quickest. All right. So weather tools, closing off weather tools for 100. I measure the speed of wind. I measure the speed of wind. Name the tool. I measure the speed of wind. I know what? Andrew, somebody calling outside. Leave the phone and say, oh. Oh my God. I measure the wind. I measure the speed of wind. All right, I see the answer. I see the answer that I am looking for. You hear him? I'm not going to in bed.
It's not enough to cover.
Let's see you take the throw and put on it. I'm going louder. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is what is an anemometer. So anemometer, there should be an N there. What is an anemometer? And that is for 100 points. All right, let's see who first came in with the correct response. Abina for 100 points. So Abina, 100 points. Then Andrew, Royal Babes. Yes, yeah, Abina got it.
All right. So the score as it is, Sonia and Monica on 400 points. Abina, 800 points. Danmel, 1,500 points. Megawatt and Andrew on 3,000 points.
All right. So choose the next category and for how many points? Waiting for the last part. Okay. Okay. Abina, 100 trivia, reggae trivia. Appearing in the 1970s Jamaican movie Rockers as the band leader at a resort nightclub, this roots Rasta singer would die in a suspicious car crash, but his band continues to record and perform to this day. One of the band's hit songs was adopted as the theme song for a TV show called Cops 2. A, is it Jacob Miller and Inner Circles, or is it Leroy Sibbles and the Eptones? You can put what is A or what is B just to shorten it. I'm coming, guys. I have to go get this little guy here because he's making a lot of noise. I am coming.
All right. So the score as it is, Sonia, 400 points. Monica, 400 points. Abina, 800 points. And Danmel, 1,500 points. Megawatt, 3,000. Andrew, 3,000 points. All right.
Think quiet now. Okay. All right, so let's see who came in with the correct response. All right, so let's show the answer first. Okay, so it is who is Jacob Miller and the Inner Circles. So that is A, and that is for 100 points. So let's see who picked up those 100 points. So Andrew.
100 points.
Then Megawatt.
Oh, 2 left.
But he didn't put the other part. Abina also chose A. Monica.
Jesse.
Alyssa. Royal Babes.
Flatted Jesse.
So that's how the answers came in. So Andrew saying for 300. No. For 300. These children of a famous reggae artist from the 1970s have formed a band and are honoring their father's legacy. They know about life in Brooklyn and Jamaica and have been nominated for several reggae Grammys in recent years. What is the name of this group, which recently scored a hit with Tell Me How Come, and includes a brother they call Grandpa, and that is for 300 points. So, name the group. So, name the band. You say Andrew gonna lead? Really?
Dinner this.
Wait, something happened here, so let me go back. Jesse, stop. Let's come back down a little bit. What is A? Yeah, it's correct. What is A? A was the answer, Jacob Miller and Inner Circle. So I said you could say what is A or what is B. Didn't have to type it all out. But let me just read. Oh, I guess I should be who is. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Hold on, Baron. He is correct. He said what is instead of who is. So that point that was just given to Andrew would go to Mega. Megawatt. Because I said you could put A or B. So the fact that you don't put Jacob Miller is still correct. It's just shortened it that way. Sorry about that. All right, so all right, so let's see. All right, so the answer is who is Morgan Heritage. Morgan Heritage are the prodigy of reggae singer Denroy Morgan. They are all siblings, including one sister, and are capable of glorious harmonies and razor-sharp social commentary. The family makes Fort Lauderdale, Florida, their home. Songs like Down by the River, Down by the River, and Liberation have established them as the future privileges. And that is worth 300 points. Leave me alone. You know me can't carry no tune. All right, and that's how the answers came in. So let's see who. I'm gonna give the answers yet. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is Donmel for 300 points.
Donmel for 300 points?
Then Megawatt, Monica, Abina, okay, didn't put who is. Oops. Then Noreen. When I give correct answers, it's a different thing, which my answer is correct and your answer is also correct. Okay. All right. So we have just one left. So let me just reveal the question. Joining the I3s as Bob Marley and the Wailers women backup singers, this lady was the only one of the lovely trio who had an established career in reggae music previously. She is a vocalist on the monster hit Electric Boogie, written by Bunny Wailer, which fostered a party dance such as the electric slide. Name the female. So joining the I Trees as Bob Marley and the Wailers woman background singers, this lady was the only one of the lovely trio who had an established career in reggae music previously. She is the vocalist on the monster hit Electric Boogie, written by Bunny Wailer, which fostered a party dance known as the Electric Slide. And that is for 200 points. Okay, I see the answer that I am looking for. So let's reveal the answer. Who is Marcia Griffiths? Marcia Griffith's singing career began in 1964, performing with Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. She was offered a recording contract by Clement Dodd on his Studio One label. In 1974, she joined the I-Threes and performed with the Wailers until Bob's death in 1981. All right, and that is for 200 points. So let's see who picked up those 200 points. Okay, so for first on the book, what is this? So first on the board with the correct response is give me a second there. Andrew, then Sonia, Dunmel, Abina, Nareen. All right, so that's how the answers came in. So congratulations to all. Over the other side.
So Owen.
You're not tallied yet.
The Owen.
Oh, I think you get it. 200 points to Andrew.
To Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right, so that's all the answers came in. So congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to everyone who participated. Really appreciate.
No,
everyone.
No, Monica and Sonia have to.
Who answered?
They're tied on 400, so they have to answer one question. One more question.
God, so I'm going to take my fingers to the
Yeah.
The moving slow. Let me see what you
Monica and Sonia tied on 400. So one of them.
Let me see what you have. Because if fourth and fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they would be
exactly
5th and 6th. Okay, so somebody needs to answer. Okay. All right. So we have a tie
between Monica and Sonia.
So you have to play for 5th place. Because remember, it's four runners up, the first person, and then you have 4 runners up. So, and then Sonia says to give her points to Monica.
Oh, okay. All right. So Monica is there then.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So there you go. Monica on 500 points. 500 500 points. Abina on 800 points. And Dunmel on 1800 points. So, of course, the score as it is, Monica, 5th place, 500 points. Abina, 4th, 800 points. Dunmel, 3rd, 1800 points. Megawatt, 2nd, for 3,100 points. And Andrew, take the win away with 3,200 points. What a clincher.
So who are tied? Monica and Abina?
Yeah, Monica and Sonia.
Hold on.
CJ.
Okay, Monica and Sonia and confused. Oh, Sonia said to give her points. Okay, okay.
That's what I did.
I was a bit slow there, guys. Sorry. All right. I just want to make sure it was fair. Okay. All right. So congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to everyone who made the board. Congratulations to everyone who answered. I know, as I always say, it's not for the must I say, the game is for those who can endure it to the end. You have to be quick and you have to have good Wi-Fi. Yes, Dunmel, this is the noise. The one he was making a lot of noise just now upstairs, so to go get him. Tends to be very noisy sometimes. Yes, it was a nail biter. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate the container. Really appreciate everybody's support. Really appreciate everybody's support. You could have been otherwise minded, as I always say, but you choose to be with us, and we do not take it for granted. And I hope that for everyone who doesn't have power right now, hopefully you will get it restored within a reasonable time. Hopefully JPS will have its employees working around the clock to try and get everyone's electricity back up and running, because the heat is going to be coming afterwards and you're going to need your cooling systems. Thank you, Abina. His name is Jesse. Well, his name is Jesse. Can't tell whether it's male or female, so we just gave a gender neutral name. Not before the next Jeopardy. Okay, so I think, let me see the paper because I don't think I have everybody's number here. Abina, do I have your number? I can't quite remember. Pass the little book there, so. Don't remember. Do I have your number? Yes, Abina, you are on the board. You got 800 points, so you get $500 credit, digital or flow. Yes, Truck Life is in Clarendon, so I think its electricity has been affected. Oh yes, she said she won before, so I should have it. I should have it. I'm just double checking just to make sure. Right. Okay, yes, Sabina, I have yours. Who else? Dunmel, yeah. Megawatt. Megawatt, I don't have a number for you, so you can send the number. Let me just put on. Send a number to the WhatsApp And also state whether Digicel or Flow, because I know there's somebody number that I need. Megawatt, are you still there? Gonna need a number for you to send the credit to, whether you want to donate to somebody in Jamaica or how it goes. So WhatsApp me on the number. I just put it up. It's streaming. So I'm gonna need a number to send you your credit. So okay, Megawatt came second, Andrew won. Because you have Megawatt 3,100, Andrew 3,200. Okay. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Really appreciate each and every one, as I said before. And know the heavy rains are coming with the tropical depression that's following Beryl. So need to continue to keep safe. Everybody follow the instructions, as I said before, of the relevant authorities, because we saw what happened with those 2 lives that were lost. So please, please, please take all the precautions. And until Tuesday, take care, keep safe, and safe travel on the gravel. Love you all. Thanks. Bye.
All right.